again, and welcome to Squeakly Affirmations. This is a special edition of Weekly Affirmations because Strix is out of town, making the world a better place. Straight. Making the world a better place. So normally Strix plays freeform RPGs that are all about feelings and emotions and things like that, but since I'm not as cool as she is, I decided to do a little something different. We are going to play a game called Mice and Mystics. It's kind of an introduction to tabletop RPGs in the form of a simple tabletop board game. So we're doing things a little differently this week and next, and that's why we're calling it Squeakly Affirmations instead of Weekly Affirmations, because we are mice. Joe, can we get the theme song? And please tell me you sped it up with all that free time you have. Technical difficulties. We'll get there. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's okay.
And so while Joe's getting that queued up, I will say any subscriptions that come in, any gratuities that come in that you want to dedicate an affirmation maybe to yourself or maybe to Joe in the control room or anybody else that's here, send through a subscription, send through a gratuity, and tell me who you want your affirmation to be for, and I will be pulling from the affirmation matrix. Because it's super cool. Play it backwards. Don't play it backwards, then we'll summon evil Strix, and she'll have a goatee and stuff. It's bad. We don't want that.
There's a shark.
We don't want that. All of that free time. He only had one thing to do. It was everything. Sharky 11111. So I will talk a little bit more about Mice and Mystics while we wait for the theme song. Mike.
Oh, I got you.
All right. Well, play the Squeakly Affirmations theme, Jeff.
What's it a weekly?
Binky contributed $10.
Can I get in squeaky affirmation for chat, please? No, I just want Anna to talk like Beaker or Anna on helium hashtag as technology.
The funny thing about that is that I'm suffering massive allergies today, so I can't even do a squeaky voice well. But before we even play the affirmation song, I will give chat with the wonderful help of my assistant, Squeaker. We will give an affirmation to chat from Binky. Chat, you are shiny, bargaining griffins. Shiny, bargaining griffins. That is your affirmation for the week. Your affirmation for the squeak. Excellent. Shiny, bargaining griffins, chat. That's all of you, thanks to Binky. Now, the theme song.
What's it a weekly affirmations? A positive feel-good show. The most positive thing on this channel called Hyper Rabbit Power Go.
It's pretty decent.
It is pretty decent. So, unfortunately, once again, Strix is not here. However, Strix normally does a fun thing with the Game Feels hashtag on Twitter, and that's feels with a Z thing, because I'm just doing this a lot. Whatever. Game Feels with a Z. We are, oh goodness, we got another one already. 4 AM Critter.
Can we get an affirmation for Tony? Hash set or dash group hashtag chummeral hashtag defa. Also count this towards the troll donation ability complex.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much. So I will give Tony an affirmation. Like I said, it'll take us a while to get through introductions and everything because the affirmations will keep coming in. So here we go. Tony, you are a sweet, bolting panda.
Oh.
You are a sweet, bolting panda. So you are sweet, but you really like to run. Like that. Just like that. You are a sweet, bolting panda.
That was eucalyptus if my mime skills weren't enough.
It's great. It's fine. It's totally good. So, the game feels hashtag. I want to do something a little different. I think Strix is fantastic. I think she does a wonderful job on this show. And I think that this week we should use game feels to tweet to Strix how amazing we think she is.
Anna, let's get a affirmation for myself and for you. Hashtag as technology.
Joe, did you speed up the friend computer's voice? All right, Katie Cat, this one is for you. You are a brave, capering fawn. You are a brave, capering fawn, Katie Cat. And I, apparently, am I'm upside down. I am a lively, sparkling kelpie.
Seahorse.
I know.
Amazing.
A lively, sparkling kelpie. Thank you for those affirmations. Okay, use game feels to tell Strix how awesome you think she is. And I'm not talking Strix facts, although those are cool too. I am saying send her some heartfelt appreciation. That's what I want you to use game feels for this week. Tell her how amazing she is and how much you miss her being on this show, because I already miss it. So, I think we've got a lull. If we move quickly, we might be able to get some introductions in. You all know I'm Anna. I'm a producer of RPG shows and a herder of cats here at Hyper RPG. This is Tony, aka Cromwell.
Right. I'm on the Shadowrun show. I'm a local improviser, software developer, artist, all that here in Seattle.
Hello guys, I'm Saxton J. Johnson, and I am a student at Cornish College of the Arts, and I direct and write film and theater.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Kyleigh Archer. I'm also a Cornish student. I hope you guys like my mouse ears. I study theater, scenic design, and costuming.
Cool. And we've each chosen characters that we're going to play in Mice and Mystics. But first, before we get into that, I want to read the dedication on this game, because I've said before, I think that Mice and Mystics is a really great game. While it's not a freeform RPG, it is GM-less. And it's very much a tabletop game, a tabletop board game combined with an RPG. It's like the gateway RPG. It's an introduction for a younger audience to get into role-playing games in general. And I love it for that, for its bit of innocence combined with drama and tension and great storytelling. So that is, to me, Mice and Mystics. But I wanted to read the dedication because I think it's important. The game is made by, I can't tell if it's Jerry or Terry. I think that's maybe Jerry.
Jerry.
It kind of looks like a fairy, maybe. But Jerry Hawthorne says, with Mice and Mystics, it is my hope that friends and family can come together for an evening of adventure and heroism, and for a short time be transported to a place where being small does not mean you cannot change the world. And I think that actually really sums up why I love this game. Like, that is the essence of this game. It's supposed to be great for anybody to really get into and have some fun with. And so that is why we are going to get into it and have fun with it. We've each chosen a character. The characters are pre-generated for us, and we have a selection to choose from based on what chapter of this game we are playing. There are 9 chapters? No, there are a bunch of chapters. I've not made it that far into this game. I've played chapter 1 before. But there are, actually, you've got the book with the chapters in it.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Don't look at this, guys. Don't look at this. This is just full of spoilers that you don't want to see. There are at least 10 chapters. We are doing chapter 1. How you do in some of the earlier chapters will affect things in later chapters. There's a particular point where we can deviate from the main storyline and go and help somebody else. And if we do, and we do it successfully, we have that achievement going forward, and it will help us later on. But we can choose to skip that, and we won't have that advantage later. So, to a certain degree, how well we do affects later chapters. Afroscience, thank you for being a friend computer and following. We appreciate that. So, we're starting at chapter 1 because where else would we start, right? Maybe if we get through chapter 1 this week, next week you guys can all come back and we'll play chapter 2.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Hopefully, possibly, maybe. We'll see. We have to get through chapter 1 first and survive. And if we get through chapter 1 super quickly, then we'll start on chapter 2.
Cool.
Nice.
So it is a GM-less game. We each have characters. The characters are pre-made, pre-generated, so that eliminates one of the barriers of entry for getting people into a role-playing game, because you need to know a whole lot of rules to make a character. So to make this more accessible to children or people that are not as familiar with these, they've made the characters for us. They've also simplified the stats for us and simplified RPG rules in general. They are still RPGs. Anna facts. Anna knows she has more facts about her than Strix, but won't tell Strix that because Anna is humble. I'm not sure Anna being humble is actually an Anna fact, but I appreciate the compliment nevertheless. So that is another thing that people usually do when Strix is here. They post Strix facts into the chat. One more time.
The Facts of Life song plays whenever you read one. Facts of Life.
I don't actually remember the Facts of Life song.
I think it goes Facts of Life, Facts of Life, and that's all I remember. So.
Yeah.
Sounds about right to me. So to recap, I am not Strix. I'm Anna. Strix is out making the world a better place. I'm filling in for her for the next 2 weeks, today and next week. We are playing Mice and Mystics, and we are still doing affirmations if people subscribe or tip the channel, which we do survive on those gratuities and those subscriptions. But if you don't have the money or don't want to, that is cool too. Make sure you hit that follow button. And lastly, Game Feels on Twitter, the hashtag Game Feels with a Z instead of an S. Use that to affirm Strix. I want you giving Strix helpful compliments and tell her how much of a joy it is having her on the channel with that hashtag this week. That's the plan for that. So I know at least a couple of you have familiarized yourself with the rules a bit, which is good. I've only played this game once before. It had such a profound effect on me that I wanted to make sure that we played it, given the opportunity on this show. So we do have a prologue to the story that's getting told that is going to be read by Tony, if you don't mind. Oh, perhaps? Yeah, read that, and then we'll introduce the characters, and then you can read your bit.
Prologue, bedtime for Tip. Daz Bellows gave his son a stern wag of the finger. Into the bed with you, boy, he said gruffly. Little Tip gave a hefty yawn and a stretch, and then climbed into his straw nest, his tail curling about him. Outside, the wind was howling and the snow was forming mounds, but inside, it was warm and dry, and Daz tucked Tip in with a thick blanket. That's my lad, he said softly, and fluffed the scruffy fur between Tip's mouse ears. Dream of spring and pretty things that bloom. He turned to blow out the enormous candle that stood in the corner of the bedroom, but Tip sat up. Don't leave yet, Papa, he said. The wind is fearsome tonight. Stay with me and tell me a story. Daz arched an eyebrow. A story, eh? And which one do you have in mind? Tip's tail twitched with excitement. Tell me the story of brave Prince Colin and the kingdom of men. Daz chuckled and settled into the walnut shell rocker that sat near his nest. Candlelight danced over the face of his excited son. Very well, Mouseling, he sighed. Lay back down and I shall tell it. Our story begins with a young human whose age was not dissimilar to your own.
Brian 80s, thank you for following. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Brian 80s. But the story does not begin in winter, oh no. It begins in a rich and beautiful summer. And so Daz began the story, reciting it word for word with all the proper flourish, just as it had been told to him by his own pap many nights long ago. Once upon a time there was a kingdom of men, and it was ruled by good King Andon. King Andon was a kind and generous man and loved by all his people. But he was lonely as well, for he had to raise his son Prince Colin all alone. Prince Colin had grown into a fine young man, and the king was very proud of him. Yet the king missed his queen, who had passed away many years ago. King Andon spent much of his time with his advisors, and together they decided on how to best rule the kingdom and protect its people. They would order the construction of important buildings, ensure that food was plentiful, and forge alliances with neighboring lands such as wealthy next door. I get it. But one day, a visitor from a faraway land arrived at the castle. She was heralded by dark skies and a chill wind. She was Venestra, beautiful queen of an unheard-of land called Darkland. She had traveled with a contingent of several hundred soldiers dressed in jet-black mail, and she was escorted by King Andon's longtime friend, a pointy-faced man with a curiously curled mustache named Captain Verst.
What could possibly go wrong here? This sounds like a perfect fairy tale.
Yeah, great place.
Verst claimed to have met the queen during his travels and insisted she come to meet the king. Venestra's visit seemed to lift King Andon's melancholy, and for this everyone in the castle was grateful. A mere fortnight after her arrival, King Andon proclaimed his love for Venestra. Colin and the king's advisor found this troubling. The following weeks, the king announced his intentions to marry Venestra. Colin and the king's advisor found this even more troubling. The marriage announcement brought dark days with it, and King Andon fell ill. His malady was mild at first, with little more than a raspy cough and fatigue, but soon he paled and could not leave his bed. Tilda, the castle's healer, used all of the arts at her disposal, but no remedy that she knew of could relieve the king. She could only shake her head and say, "There is something strange afoot." As the king's illness grew, he began to struggle with even ruling from his bedchamber, so he began to pass authority to Venestra. The Dark Queen had put Captain Verst in charge of the house guard, and he replaced most of the garrison with Venestra's own cruel soldiers, men who bullied and bothered the household staff. Soon most of the staff had fled the castle, save those such as kindly Ms. Maggie the cook. At night, strange noises echoed down the empty castle hallways, and Ms. Maggie could only shake her head and say, "There is something strange afoot." During the day, Venestra could be seen gliding through the castle, scolding her soldiers, who seemed able to do little more than brawl and break things. The queen spent much of her time visiting the castle's forge, from which came the sounds of hammering and hissing steam. Maginos, the castle's mystic, would stroke his beard and say, "There is something strange afoot." Soon, Prince Colin could take no more, and so he summoned the king's closest advisors to a secret council in Maginos' laboratory. Burly Nez Bellows, the tinkerer, was there, newly evicted from the forge where he had toiled for many years. Tilda, the healer, was there, as was old Maginos himself, who had served Colin's family for generations. Together, the four hatched a plan to drive Venestra and her men from the castle and back to whatever terrible land they had come from. But they were too late. The doors to the laboratory were kicked open, and there stood Captain Verst and a great many of his guard. The four were arrested for conspiring against the king, and Captain Verst smiled cruelly when they were thrown into the castle dungeons alongside the worst scamps the kingdom had to offer. When they had been left alone, only Maginos seemed undeterred. He lifted his fingers in a strange way, puffed up his chest, and blew into his hands. He let loose a high whistle, and a few minutes later, the whistle was answered by the appearance of his pet, Meeps, the tiny ruby-red dragon. Meeps flew in unseen, high above the heads of the guard, and he flitted through the bars and landed in Maginos' hands. In his little jaws was a single strand of jet-black hair. Maginos petted Meeps on the head and held the hair aloft for all to see. "This is a strand of Venestra's hair," he told them. "She is clearly a magical being of great power. This hair contains enough energy to allow us to transform, thus enabling our escape. But what mundane creature should we change into? Whatever it is, we will have no means of turning ourselves back." Colin and his companions fell silent, unhappy at the prospect of not being humans. "Mice," said a voice from the shadows. It was Filch, the notorious thief. He had spent most of his life robbing the good people of the kingdom until King Andon's sheriffs had finally caught him. He now shared their cell. "We could escape into the sewers from here," he said, pointing to a small grate on the flagstone floor in the nearby room. "No one asked you, scamp," growled Nez. Suddenly there was a noise from the guard room. "There is no time for argument," shouted Maginos. He waved his free hand over Venestra's hair, muttering ancient words that time has since forgotten. Glowing motes of blue light fell from the hair as if they were water, and they began to swirl along the floor as if blown by unseen gusts. Soon, the jail cell was filled with a brilliant maelstrom of supernatural power, and then without warning it burst and vanished. And where there had been 5 prisoners in the cell, there were now but 5 tiny mice. "Well, bother," squeaked Nez.
Dun dun. So that is the prologue. We are humans who have been turned into mice in an effort to escape the evil queen. Joe has come in here like he has something important to say to us.
Hey Tony, I'm gonna call you tonight when I'm going to sleep because read some passages of books for me.
Okay.
Great.
I'm telling you, Twitch should have a storytelling channel. That's what we need. So we are now mice. We are people that were of the King's Court. I am playing Colin, who I believe is the Prince. Agent of Zion, thank you for being a friend, computer. We appreciate it. And here's an affirmation.
Hashtag weekly affirmations hype. Can we get hashtag weekly affirmations for all our guests?
Squeakly affirmations. 4. Well, we've got one for Tony, so we will do one for you. You are an agreeable, everlasting dragon. An agreeable, so you're very, very nice to get along with, in spite of being a dragon.
Right.
And of course, you're everlasting because you're a dragon. So there you go. That is your affirmation, and then I will give you an affirmation as well. Here we go. You are an exuberant, encouraging Cerberus.
What is that?
Three-headed dog who guards the gates of hell.
Yes!
You are very excited and encouraging about being a 3-headed dog.
Sounds like a regular dog.
Oh, with 3 heads.
Yeah.
Right.
So there we are. Thank you, Afrithio, for that affirmation, for our wonderful guests. And thank you both for being our guests. And you, of course, for showing up when you're...
Showing up.
You are welcome for getting out of work early. So, as I was saying, we've each chosen characters to represent. We have been turned into mice to escape the clutches of the evil queen who has taken over the kingdom with her dark, dark magic. So I am playing the leader, Colin, the prince, whose kingdom has been stolen. Tony.
I am Maginos, the mice mage who brought our transformation about with my arcane powers.
Good choice there. Way to go.
I am Filch, the thief.
I am Tilda, the orphan who is now a healer.
Healer orphan. Cool. So fitting, role-playing games, usually your parents are all dead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a cliche. It's a cliche that everyone's parents are dead in role-playing games. So, so now we've got the prologue set. We've got the background and how we all got into this spot. Now it is time to read chapter 1. The post-prologue prologue.
Post-prologue prologue. Chapter 1. Flight to Boxburg. Prince Colin and his companions marveled at their new diminutive bodies, and at the once familiar castle that now loomed over them like the home of a giant. Maginos snapped them from their reverie. "We must move at once," he hissed. The party quickly scurried through the bars of the cell, their delicately padded feet making nary a noise. They passed under the chair of a sleeping guard and made for the large back that rested against the nearby wall. Captain Verst had bagged the weapons and other items his men had confiscated from them in their arrest. "Claim your belongings," whispered Maginot. As he and Tilda opened the bag, "You must take your claim aloud, but remember to be quiet." Prince Collins leapt into the sack and quickly found his sword that was now many times too large for him to use. "This is mine," he whispered. Instantly the sword shrunk to fit into his minuscule hands. Soon Colin, Tilda, Nez, and Maginot had all rearmed and re-equipped themselves. When they climbed out of the bag, they found Filch grinning and holding a newly acquired dagger in his tail. "Now, where did you get that, you little sneak?" Nez demanded. Filch jerked his thumb back at the sleeping guard. "He won't miss it," said Filch. "Or do you want to climb up and give it back?" "You cannot," said Maginot. The enchantment had ended, and now our possessions are as permanently changed as we are. Dun. Suddenly, a shout of alarm arose from the cell they just escaped from, and the sleeping guard awoke with a jolt. "Quickly, to the sewers," shouted Maginot. "Mice!" shouted the newly awakened guard, and then, now with a quick tick, "Mice! There are mice!" The companions made a dash for the sewer grate, but stopped dead in their tracks when a terrible scream came from behind them. Turning, they watched in horror as the jail guard began to shrink and change shape, their bodies and clothing warping. "Vanestra!" Prince Colin cried. "She knows."
Dun, dun.
Dun!
So the evil queen has now turned some of her guards into rats.
Hey, Tony.
Yes.
Sorry, hey, Saxton, can you call me every night now, please?
I'll totally call.
Instead of Tony.
Hello, Joe. How are you doing?
So the evil queen has now turned her guards into rats to pursue us mice as we try to escape through the sewers. And, alright, so what we have to do as mice is escape. In short, we need to escape. And there's victory conditions outlined in here that I don't want to give away. And I'm gonna need some tissues. Thanks, Mark. It's probably not what he's going to do, but that's okay. So who read the rules? Because I didn't. No, I'm kidding. I did. I just didn't read them well enough. So we've each chosen our characters. I've laid out the enemies. Now we have to fight these rats. Oh, thank you, Mark. You're wonderful. Thank you, darling.
Thank you,
That
darling.
story was too much for Anna.
It's true.
I still see you on camera, Anna. I still see you.
So? Alright, so now, if I'm not mistaken, we take our characters and we place them in the room. We have to fight off the guard before we are able to escape down that grate in the middle.
Do we start right here with the little feet?
No, the bad guys start where the little feet are.
It's just anywhere now?
Do we start on that? Little
And that's the part that I'm trying to check on, and I do apologize because I have only played this once before.
And then do we pick ability cards as well?
Sure.
I think we do. I don't know how it doesn't really specify.
This is the part where I wish we had more than one rule book, honestly. Yeah.
I know that in the rules it says that everybody picks an ability card that goes with their character, but it doesn't say anything about when you pick an ability card that isn't your character. Do you keep picking until you get one that you can use? They don't really.
Well, we will make it
We'll
up.
figure it out.
Yeah.
I think we just keep picking.
I'll just keep picking. That's a good idea.
So, while we're figuring that out, I do want to refresh everybody's memory that we are still doing affirmations, even though Strix is not here today. So if you subscribe or send in a gratuity of $5 or more, we will give out an affirmation to you or anyone that you select. And we are co-opting Game Feels with a Z on the hashtag on Twitter to be affirmations for Strix, but actual hey Strix, you're awesome kind of affirmations, letting her know how wonderful of a hostess we think she is, and just an all-around great person as she is out there in the world trying to make it a better place, literally, absolutely literally. So, welcome to Grab Bag with Anna. All rules are flexible. No, Squeakly Affirmations. White Wabbit. Squeakly Affirmations. So, right. Moving across mousetraps. No, we don't have to worry about that. Sharing spaces. We don't have to worry about that right now. We need to start the gate. Where's... The lighting just totally changed. Making it harder to read. What? Joe, what are you doing? Joe's messing with me now. It's unkind, Joe, and I don't appreciate it. Alright, placing minions on the board. We did that. Minion tokens. I took care of that. Mouse traps. No. Where's placing the characters? Why is that not in here? It's not a perfect game. It's just a really good one. Battling minions, captured minions.
I say we just make it
I tend to agree.
It's me. This totally is me.
So, place your characters where you would like them.
As far away from everybody as possible.
And 4 of us can like squeeze into the same.
Yeah.
You can squeeze.
Prince Colin?
And I've already determined our initiative order for this. I shuffled the cards and then laid them out again. Rules the rules. I know all the rules. What are you looking for? Tell us how to play the game. Rules the rules, please. Come guest on our show. I like the minis too. They're adorable. So we've already determined initiative order. Taking a turn with the mouse hero, we have the actions of scurrying, battling, searching, recovering, or exploring. We can also share items, equip items, or level up. We level up, I know this, by gathering wedges of cheese. We run out of time by the clock, gathering wedges of cheese. And that's how we lose. If we run out of time or are all destroyed, I believe. But, the rules need a little more order. That's how I feel about this. Add a number to the action die mouse's value. Okay, at the start of a mouse turn, the player controlling that mouse must roll an action die. Among other symbols, each die face has a number printed on it ranging from 1 to 3. Add the number rolled on the action die to the mouse's move value to determine the number of spaces that mouse can move on that turn. Example, Prince Colin has a move value of 2 and rolls a 1 on the action die. Prince Colin can then move up to 3 spaces. So the move 1 is the green paw print. Okay. That's that. The yellow feather is your ranged attack.
Okay.
The shield is your defense, and the red sword is your attack power.
Okay.
And I think we get our starting equipment card, right?
We do, yes.
Starting equipment.
I got a blunt.
That kind of blunt.
No, you know.
So, my starting card is Colin's sword. This gives me a +1 up in the top corner, gives me a +1 to my sword value. So my sword value is now 3, as long as I have this equipped, which I do.
I get Maginos's staff, which is +1 to attack, because wizards always love attacking with blunt objects. Yes.
I have the sharp dagger, which is +1 to my attack as well. And when attacking with this dagger, if defending a minion is lower on the initiative track, then this mouse, it rolls 1 less die to defend against it. Boom.
Like I said earlier, I have a blunt, which is not the other type. I get 1 point added. When attacking with this mace, add to this mouse battle during the attack for each wounded mouse that is on the same space as this mouse. So that's pretty cool.
Boom.
Its directions are not in order.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
They really aren't. And it's not like so this is one of my complaints about this game though, is that it doesn't, like, I'm not finding a spot that explains what I just explained as far as, oh wait, here we go.
On the first
Never
page.
mind. Hey now. This represents the best level of knowledge. So the feather is actually knowledge, not ranged. And I realized this when I saw Maginos' staff, which has a little green bow in the top corner. you can use this as a ranged weapon.
Snaps to that.
Nice.
Which is different than your sword attack, but the same stuff. Similar stuff. If you look at the dice, there are green, I don't know which camera Joe's in the other room. There are green bows and arrows, there are red swords and shields, and there's cheese wedge. They each have numbers on them and little icons in the corner. So they do different things when we get into actual combat. Yes, I rolled a 1 for investigation. Sure, White Rabbit, sure. So, you're distracting me to... I'm kidding, I'm making excuses. So we've each placed our characters...
I turned us into mice. I did my job. You guys have to do the rest.
And who told you to turn us into mice?
Filch?
Filch did.
The guy who was already in the prison.
Right, I'm a thief, remember?
Not a part of our
Who listens
party.
to people who steal? I don't know.
Don't wait for the prince to roll in. You just turn us all into mice. I see how it is, Tony. You've always been sabotaging me.
Who's Tony? I am Maginos, Mouse Mage.
Maginos.
Maybe the transformation rattled my brain.
It's shrunk.
Alright, so, mice movement. I guess we're all starting over here. Seems as good a place as any. So, I start by rolling, I believe, 1 die.
Yes, for move.
Is it
Then you
one
add,
die,
and then you
and
add
then
that
I
to your
add-
number.
Yeah, then I add whatever I roll to my number. So, there's a 3 down there, which means 3 plus the 2 that I have for move means I can move 5 squares. So I'm just gonna book it on over here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm gonna smack him, because I don't like rats. Dirty rats giving mice bad names.
Right.
Which leads me to the action phases, which I had on the other page.
Whoa, be careful there, Prince. We need you alive.
I'm more of a mouse. I'm no prince, I'm a mouse. Alright, so, an attack. We can scurry if you want to move double your movement, but then you can't attack.
Okay.
I would like to make a melee attack. If a mouse is armed with a melee weapon, which I am, it can perform a melee attack. To perform a melee attack, first choose a target by selecting a minion that is on the same or adjacent space as the attacking mouse. That's me, and that's him. See movement rules for determining blah, blah, blah. Then roll a number of action dice equal to that mouse's battle value. Battle value is the little red swords, and mine is 3 because I have a sword that adds +1 point. Remember to add any bonuses that the mouse's items might add. Number of the sword and add the number of sword and sword shield combos rolled for that attack. This is the number of hits the mouse has inflicted. And that was the one that was there before. So 2, because I don't think that the number on them counts. If a mouse inflicted 1 or more hits, the player to the left of the ancient player rolls, or of the active player rather, rolls defense dice for the targeted minion. Now we need, I believe these are no, that's something else.
You're looking for what?
Search cards.
Um,
Encounter cards.
Those.
Yes.
I believe that is actually what we need to determine the defense dice. So to my left would be all the way wrapping around to you. You roll those and try not to get any shields.
No shields.
Or cheeses.
No
Don't get
shields.
cheese either. Really don't get cheese.
Oh, I got a cheese. I'm sorry, and I got a wide range.
Okay,
Whoops.
so the range doesn't do anything. That's fine. Unfortunately, the cheese, whenever a player is attacking or defending for a minion, if 1 or more cheese symbols are rolled, add 1 cheese token to the minion wheel on the story control board for each cheese rolled. So that is the
Yikes.
clock up there. And so what happens is when that clock fills up, we get an action surge, or an enemy surge rather, and we draw one of those cards that I just picked up, and they show us what shows up.
Okay.
And because this is the guard room, we'll get 2 rat warriors, because it's a special
Yes,
room
but this
if
is-
that happens.
Yes, 2 more rat warriors will show up. So you successfully defended against one. No, you didn't. You didn't, because you got cheese. So I succeeded in doing all of that damage.
Excellent.
Add the number of sword and shield symbols. This is the number of. Okay, so does the number on that doesn't matter. Just that I got it, I believe. Seeing the target. Inflicting wounds. When 1 or more wounds are inflicted on a non-boss figure, refer to its initiative card. If the figure's initiative card shows that it only has 1 life, that figure is defeated. Remove it from the board. If the defeated figure is blah 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 blah, shows that it has more than 1 life, place 1 wound marker on that figure's initiative card for each wound it received. When a multiple life figure has number of wounds on its initiative card, blah blah blah, they're basically hit.
Roleplay action.
There are no hearts on his card, so I assume that means he has only 1 life.
Yeah. I believe that is exactly what it means. So I slay the rat.
Oh, God, there's a lot of violence in here.
And that ends my turn. Next on the initiative list is in fact Maginites.
I get to move first, so I take my movement, which is 4 spaces. I wish to scamper to this helmet and do a quick search. And because this is a special square, according to this, I search for and I get a Tinker's Treasure, which I don't actually know what that is.
No, this item allows the Tinkerer to search for a weapon or armor of their choice.
Oh.
I don't think that you actually get to search there.
It has to be a class, yeah.
It has to, it has to
Abaddon
be a tinker.
HS is a friend computer. Thank you for being a friend computer and following. We appreciate it. Welcome. While Tony figures out what he's going to do, I will recap. This is Weekly Affirmations, positive feel-good show, where normally your host Strix would walk us through games about feelings and emotions and freeform expression through RPGs, role-playing games. Since she is out of town making the world a dramatically better place, quite literally, I've taken over, and we're calling this Squeakly Affirmations. We are playing a GM-less tabletop board game with strong RPG elements called Mice and Mystics. And Mice and Mystics, like I said, no GM in this game, but it is... while it is a tabletop board game, it has very, very strong elements of role-playing games. We're all playing characters that have actions very, very similar to what you would in your typical role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder or Shadowrun. And we have characters that are pre-generated that we each are going to get into character for. Tony's doing a much better job at this than I am because I'm trying to host the show. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. But go for it.
I step out from behind the helmet and I raise my staff at the guard across the way and I fire a bolt of mousy magic at him as a ranged attack from my staff. I believe what I do is take my attack and add, because it's a ranged attack, I probably add that.
I believe so.
Because that's how you determine the dice you roll, right?
Yeah.
Because when you chose your dice, you did 2 plus 1.
Because that's not your knowledge. It's not. Yeah, there are spells later on that pull on the knowledge thing. So I believe you are correct.
I have no spells.
Neither of those was a bow, so I believe my attack misses.
Yeah, if neither of them is a bow when you're doing a ranged attack, then it misses. Impossible Girl, thank you for the hosting.
Curse the cat!
So, that was unfortunately Tony's turn. Tilda, you are up next.
Okay, I have 2 extra moving spaces, so that makes it 3 spaces. I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, right there. Just chilling out.
Film 1972, thank you for being a friend, computer, and following. We appreciate it. So then the Rat Warriors go.
Yes.
And I haven't determined exactly how they get run. There is a method to it. They've been placed. They've done their thing. There are
Taking a
4
turn with the
There we
minion.
go. Move battle.
Minion turns are active and the player who controls the mouse lowest on the initiative track, so you get to roll the minions.
Okay. Woo. All right. What is his one?
Yes, 1 die because that'll control their movement.
All right. Here we go. For the rats. 1, 2, 3. 1.
They all move 1.
In any direction.
Yes.
Here we go. First rat. Disgusting. Second rat. I hate you. Here we go. They're getting closer.
Figures take turns, sort of minions close to mice and moving outward. Moving a minion.
And they have no ranged attack.
For the rats. Okay.
Hashtag for the rats.
All right. That's okay.
Let's hear it
The
for the rats.
minions will always take the shortest route to the closest mouse in an attempt to move into the same space as that mouse. Minions cannot move onto a space with a mouse if that space is already full, but they will attempt to get as close as they can. Starts on a space, then it will not move. Equal distance. Moving range, they're not ranged. Battling with a minion, they're not close enough. So I would say that instead this one, well, yeah.
So they,
Unless they can move diagonally. There is a chart for
Which means we can move.
yeah, and I'm not sure whether or not we can move diagonally.
He's a rat.
mouse
He
movement.
doesn't know.
Yeah. They have smaller brains than the mice.
We will say that you cannot move diagonally. We'll rule that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that was their turn, and now it is your turn.
Now it is my turn.
Dear
Filch. The thief. You ready? 1. Plus, because I'm a little thief, I can move 3 more. So that's 4. And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. And now I need to roll these, correct?
Now, actually, I think because that's the end of the turn, they might get a wedge of cheese on.
Wedge of cheese, yes, wedge of cheese for me.
No. Captured, battling with the minion, boss minions, winning and losing.
If you're not able to attack, you can search, right? And try to find an item.
I believe so, yes.
Boom.
Yeah, you can search anywhere to try and find an item.
Okay.
So, but that's, this is why I wish we had more than one rule book right now. Let me look for search, seeing the target, inflicting wounds, moving across stuff, cover, explore, search. To perform a search action, a player must announce that his or her mouse is searching and roll an action die. If the symbol is rolled, that player draws 1 card from the top of the search deck. If that card, I don't think you can move and do it, though. I think that has to be the entirety of your action.
I see.
So, cannot search that same tile again if you successfully search.
You can move diagonally if the base of your character can cover the end of both squares. Boom. Thank you. Rules the rules.
Yeah.
Coming in with the rules.
The base of your character can cover the end of.
I think it means like if you have to pay attention to the spaces in between each space, because if it's too far, if the gap is too far, then it's not supposed to. You're not supposed to go.
God.
You have to like distinguish whether or not you can move,
Interesting.
or if there's anything in the way. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
So you can't
I
move
think that's a
diagonally
good
here
rule.
because there's a small rock in the.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or diagonally.
Yep, rules the rules. Today, by all means, tell us the rules.
Yes, rules the rules. Definitely, it helps, even if we get it wrong the first time.
And like I said, I've only played this game once before, but it left an impression on me as something like I played it with my niece and nephew and my brother and sister-in-law, and like it left a very profound impression as far as being a very good introduction to role-playing games and something that I wanted to share with other people, and so I'm sharing it with all of you now. What that means, unfortunately, is I don't know the rules that well, so we're all kind of learning together.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you all coming along for the ride with us.
Mm-hmm.
That said, if anybody subscribes or sends through a gratuity, I am still doing the affirmations while Strix is making the world a better place, and we're still here playing games. So feel free to subscribe or resub. I will put through affirmations even for the resubs, as does Strix.
I say we add the cheese and we'll remove it if it turns out that was wrong.
Yeah, I agree, and I will keep looking when it is not my turn. And it is now my turn. So let's actually do the search action so that we can become a little more familiar with it.
We need equipment more than we came with.
Yes, we do.
Search. To perform a search action, a player must announce that his or her mouse is searching and roll an action die.
All right.
If there's a little splatter symbol on there, which there is, that player draws one card from the top of the search deck.
I'm gonna
Has
shuffle
that been
this
shuffled?
real fast.
Oh, I shuffled it. I definitely shuffled that. Woo!
Just because I looked at it, so I'll shuffle a tiny bit.
Tony with the shuffles.
And I will draw the top card. Put the haha.
Here we go.
If that card is an item, weapon, armor, accessory, scroll, or trick, the player may either put it into the searching mouse's pack for later use or immediately discard it for 1 cheese. A walnut shell breastplate. I am keeping this.
Can you equip it right away, or do you have to equip it after?
Why are you asking me? I don't know these things.
Okay.
Piesicle, I think that was. Piesicle, thank you for the resub. I will give you your affirmation, and Tony can perhaps actually, I was joking, but if you wouldn't mind looking that up.
All right.
While I give this affirmation for Piesicle, because this is a really cool item. Requires warrior or healer, conveniently enough, I'm a warrior. Walnut shell breastplate gives +1 to my armor. A mouse wearing this breastplate adds 1 die to its roll when attempting to climb out of the water. So if I get caught in water, I'm screwed. But, which is weird, because walnut, wouldn't it float? A walnut shell, wouldn't that float?
So tiny.
Let's do Piesicle's affirmation. Piesicle, this week you are a mystical, admiring Yeti. Piesicle, you are a mystical, admiring Yeti. Thank you very much for the resubscription. We do appreciate that.
Oh, it just said the Rat Warriors are also aggressive, and it says on their initiative card, meaning they move up 1 spot on the list.
Oh, all right. We'll move them in front of Tilda then.
Thank you.
Yikes. Yeah, thank you.
Nice. I can't find a definition. I feel like you should be able to put on the armor.
Equip.
Oh, equip action. You can move. You can move equipment from your pack to equipment slots. You can only have 3 non-trick cards in your pack at a time. I don't think we'll get there.
So that sounds like it's in my backpack, not equipped. And equip is an action.
These are free actions.
Oh, so you
In
can do
addition
them
to performing an action or not choosing to perform an action, you can perform any of the following free actions at any time during your turn.
Okay.
You can only do 1 free action. Each free action can only be performed once during a mouse's turn.
Okay.
So you can only equip 1 item. You can level up. You can share an item.
Stormbled, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciate you being a friend computer and hitting that follow button.
You can
Yes,
share
yes.
cheese.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
And
cool.
you can search after moving, I think. I think it's just an action.
Oh, cool.
So you can attack or move or...
This is, we're learning. We're
Right.
learning.
Together.
So it's my turn?
I believe so, yeah. Oh, well, if I need to. Oh my goodness, Aztec!
Can I get an affirmation, squeaky or otherwise, for small fry computer if you say it as small free again there will be trouble, hashtag as technology.
Small fry, thank you for the gratuity. I will give you your affirmation. Small fry, you are a delicious, flaming
Ooh.
genie.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
Small fry, you are a delicious, flaming genie. Just delicious.
All the
delicious.
power in the world, itty bitty living space.
Yes.
But tastefully decorated.
Okay, so your turn. You were going to roll a die.
Yes.
To take your action?
I am going to move first.
Okay.
I get to move
2 plus.
plus 2. I can move 4.
Or you can stay there and shoot, but
I can. I'm going to move a step toward the healer. I think I'm gonna search. I feel like I need some magic. So I'm gonna do a search here. There's no explosion.
But because you rolled a cheese. Oh, that's only when attacking you were searching. Darn it.
Oh, I missed that last time.
But I think you still get a cheese.
When you search and you get a cheese, yes, I will look that up while someone else takes their turn.
That is the rat.
I think that we should determine that you do still get a cheese because I would rather this was a little too easy than a little too difficult.
Okay.
Agreed.
So I will say that you still get a cheese, you just don't get the extra cheese.
Right.
You can search, and if you roll a star, you get a card. And you didn't, but you didn't. You just got a cheese. So then, that was your turn, Maginos, and now the rats go. And I believe now Tilda takes the turn for the rat warriors. Or no, is it the next person down?
It's whoever's lowest, I think.
Okay. We'll let Tilda take the turn anyway.
Okay, it says 3, and it's a shield and a sword and a block.
So that 3 means they can move 3 spaces. Yes, 3 spaces towards the nearest enemy.
1, 2, 3. So
And then attacking
each other. So
Maginos.
Oh,
And then probably 1, 2, and we'll just go with 3 because it's.
that
I
flips.
suppose this
we
is actually
flip.
higher.
Yeah. When we get on this, we can
We'll
flip.
go here.
Okay. Cool.
So.
That's our way out, I think, because
Yes, that is the way out, but we have to vanquish them first.
Oh, that makes sense.
That means that we flip this card over and go down that pipe.
Okay.
So.
Excellent. So yeah, 3.
It was not out of stock like everywhere. Pillow Pants.
I'm sorry.
It's such a good game, and I worry that I am not doing it justice because it really is a fantastic game. So that was their turn, except now this one gets to attack. It is probably going to attack Maginos. Although there may be a thing. Saw for digging. Thank you for being a friend computer and following. So, mice, where was the bad guys attacking stuff? Battling with a minion. If a minion can attack, it will attack the closest mouse that has not been attacked during this turn. If more than one of those mice have been attacked, if they have all been attacked, will attack the mouse that is highest on the initiative track. That is you, Maginos.
Okay, can he attack diagonally across a...
Oh, I was thinking, I guess that's Tilda now.
Is that me?
Is there an extra step?
I'm right here. This is me.
Okay. No, that is you. This is a staff.
Oh no, I don't have a staff. I've got a
Yeah,
wand.
no, that's you.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah.
So it is Maginos.
Oh, I think we switched places.
Because that's a dagger.
Because I've been moving. I think we switched because you moved to there last time, right? Yes, you.
Me?
Tilda moved to here last time.
That's Tilda.
Oh, I'm so confused.
And that's where
okay,
I was,
we'll
too.
just take it. We'll just say I ended up. Okay.
We'll just roll.
All right.
That would actually be a fantastic name if you guys weren't doing Shadowrun and you were doing like Pathfinder. You could have named the show Roll For It. Or Roll For It is somebody else. Roll With It.
Roll with it.
Roll With It because you guys are an improv group.
Yes.
That would have been brilliant. Roll With It.
Perfect.
Just roll with it.
I'm rolling with
Fun.
it. As I get attacked by a minion mouse. Oh no! He's coming right at me. What happens?
I'm busy running the show.
I'm being attacked
That's
here.
a lie. All right, so scurry battle melee attack. They're going to attack you. So you would roll an attack die. You would roll 2 attack dice, I believe.
Oh no.
Because they've got 2 little sword thingies, and you would roll your defense. You only get 1 defense, unfortunately.
Not in the
So
face.
Kyleigh, you roll 2 attack dice. You defend from one of them, so roll less than 1 and don't roll any cheeses.
Okay, no cheeses.
You got 1 attack.
1 attack.
But you got 1 defense, so no damage is done.
Wow.
Gosh.
So that was their turn.
Yes.
Now it's Tilda's turn.
Okay, excellent.
That was a moment.
Roll with it, yes. Roll with it, not roll for it. Roll for it is actually the D&D campaign that I used to be on. That is now a Shadowrun campaign. That actually airs before your show.
Yes. It's Shadowrun Day on Wednesday.
It really is. Really is.
I got a 1 and a cheese.
A 1 and a cheese.
Yes.
Cheese is good.
Okay.
You get a cheese, and that can be used later for certain actions. And now, each of us also, we should take a moment and read what our individual actions are. Oh, and we've got background stuff too.
Oh.
I'm just messing this all up. My ability is Born to Lead. When placing cards on the initiative track, if Prince Colin is not in the first initiative spot, immediately add 1 cheese to his stash.
Oh, right now.
And then, but I was in the
Yeah.
first spot. So, and then Maginos.
When I attack and I roll a cheese, I get some extra cheese. 2 cheeses for my cheeses.
But only when attacking.
2 for the price of 1. That's great. Filch is a pilfer. After Filch defeats a minor figure and add 1 cheese to Filch's stash. If it was a rat, Filch may take this cheese from the minion wheel if available. That's cool. And then he also has a prehensile tail, which means Filch may equip a dagger in his tail as if it were an additional paw slot.
Cool.
Nice.
So, incidentally, what that means here is we want you to kill this guy.
Gotcha.
And so Tilda should probably come over here to work on this one.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Oh, I have 3 spaces that I can move.
Because when we get further along, that wheel is going to fill up with cheese pretty quickly, and it's going to get bad for us.
Okay.
And then more enemies come up. In fact, yeah, so we haven't been through the second turn yet. Excellent. So,
Okay, so I moved 3 spaces, so
And
I'm
what's
behind.
your ability?
And my Tilda's ability is she draws empathetic power. When another mouse on the same tile becomes poisoned, stunned, cursed, or webbed, immediately add 1 cheese to Tilda's stash. So, I like it when you cry.
oh dear. So now you take your turn.
Now it's my turn. Here we go. I just
Oh,
rolled
and
one.
what did you do on your turn? I apologize, I missed it.
I moved from here to behind to help you guys out.
Cool.
I'm on the same space right now as
Yeah,
as
that's fine.
Filch. So
Yep.
if he gets hurt, I get to have a piece of cheese. So
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna roll now. I just roll 1 dice. How do I search? I want to search so I can get another weapon.
Yeah, but we want you to kill them so that we can remove the cheese from the wheel.
Never mind. I'm gonna go kill people.
Oh, stop trying to steal things. We're under attack.
I'm sorry. I'm a thief. I don't know what to do. Okay.
he's not
Ready?
even a part of our party.
Yeah, no. People don't like me. Oh well.
So us getting cheese is a very good thing, as you may have figured out. And when you get a full wheel of it, you can turn it in and level up and do stuff. So that's why we want to be gathering the cheese as much as possible.
So I got 2. Plus, I have 3 feet because I'm a little dodgy dude. So here we go. Filch is gonna go. Do I have to take all my steps?
No, but that's also not Filch.
There he
That's
is.
mine.
Also not Filch.
Here he is. Yes, here he is. Okay, I'm going to the rat. 1, 2, boom. We're in it. We're in combat.
And now you want to attack, so you take your attack roll. What is your attack rating? Plus you've got a dagger, so
2 plus dagger, so I'm at 3.
okay.
All right, here we go.
And then Tony, you are to his left. You roll the defense dice of the rat, which is 2 dice.
Here we
And
go.
you hope you don't get shields. You hope you get swords.
Swords. Here we go.
And
Third
you
time
don't
is
get
charm.
shields. Okay.
2. 2
See-
swords. Do I add the number?
No.
Oh, okay.
So that's 1 sword. Unfortunately, he got 1 shield. No damage.
Of course.
So glad I invited you. Like, really.
Well then, that was a
All
sad day.
So that was Filch's turn. That means we add another wheel
Of cheese.
or another wedge of cheese to the wheel, and they move up another initiative spot, and then I go.
Rat Warrior's just working his way up.
Oh, we gotta
Okay.
get out of here.
So I've equipped my breastplate. I'm going to... I can automatically move at least one, so I'll roll it. Move there, and I'll move right into that spot. I'll get all up in his business, and then I can roll 3 dice for attack, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Vorak. 102.
Do not add cheese to the wheel if the enemy's at the end of the turn, unless you've killed all the enemies on the tile. Okay.
Okay.
So pull actually 2 of them off.
So
of
that's
there,
just how it keeps us from searching the whole room when we're
endlessly.
out of combat.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense.
But if they roll a cheese, we add a cheese when they're attacking. So that's how it adds up later on when you're having trouble killing stuff.
Right. Okay.
Right. So I'm going to pokey. I got 2 in, and you need to roll 2 dice and not get any shields or cheeses.
No shield, no cheese.
Well, it's a...
You got 1 shield, but I got 2, and they only have 1 hit point, so he dies.
Yes.
Woo!
There's another one vanquished.
Another one bites the dust.
In the name of the Empire.
And we did skip one thing. You're right. We do get to choose an ability for each of us.
Oh, cool.
To start with. So
great, let's do that.
In your free time, you get to. I think you just go through and pick one that fits. It has to fit.
But
your
it
class.
has to fit your.
Like archer, mystic.
Does it not also need to be a 1 level, a 1 cheese thing?
Doesn't.
I don't
Otherwise, you
remember
can just take a really cool one.
But the problem is they cost more cheese to cast, right?
Oh, that's right. That's what that is. That's how many cheese it costs to cast, not how many. Yeah, and this would have normally been done before the game, but I forgot.
Right. So
Forgot all about this.
We don't have an archer.
Well, no.
Are,
My last name's Archer. Sorry. I was making a joke. Sorry.
So while you sort through those, I will once again say that any subscriptions or gratuities that come through, we will do affirmations. Even though Strix is not here, I have been approved to manage the affirmation matrix, which is good because I created it. It was her idea, but my craftspersonship.
Okay. The cheese is the cost, and then you pick the one you want. Yes. Cool.
Yeah, we've been decidedly cheeseless in this one.
You have to choose one to have on hand, and the others are if you level up.
Okay, cool.
But then to use it, you pay the cost of the cheese.
I have a major heal.
And this is Weekly Affirmations, where normally Strix walks unsuspecting people through freeform RPGs that are about feelings and emotions instead of death and killing and destruction. But today we are playing Thundersqueak. No, we are playing Mice and Mystics. I'm calling it Squeakly Affirmations. We're playing a tabletop board game with strong RPG elements that is good for the entire family. It's good. Yes, so cheesy, Jacko Boom. Exactly. And hello. It is good fun for the whole family. It's a great way to introduce people to role-playing games that may not think that role-playing games for them. This is a good way to trick them into playing role-playing games with you. Afterwards, you'll be able to say, "Ha! That was a role-playing game!" And they will not have known all along. All right, so we are choosing our abilities.
There's first aid anyone can use. Thundersqueak can be used by you or by you. We don't have a tinker or an archer, I think.
Yeah.
Nope. But I have Keen Eye, which means you may use this ability before the mouse performs a search action. That search action considered successful on any roll that does not show cheese. Snaps to that.
I'll take Major Heal. You may use this ability as an action. Choose one mouse in the same space as this mouse, or a space adjacent to this mouse. Remove up to 2 wound markers from the chosen mouse, or choose 2 mice on the same space as this mouse, or spaces adjacent to this mouse. Meaning, like, I can pick 2 people to take 1 away, or 1 person to take 2 away. Remove 1 marker from each of the chosen mouse. Yeah, that's a pretty choice card.
Oh my gosh, please do some more cheese puns. I'm loving these. Yes.
They're very good.
They're very good.
Oh
my god. Oh my god.
I'm taking Chain Lightning, which takes 3 cheats, so who knows if I'll ever be able to cast it, but
Aw, another one for you.
Aw.
Hash said or dash Krupp would like an affirmation for Tony. Happy belated birthday. We love you, Cromwell.
Thank you, Vorat.
So we'll give this one to Tony / Cromwell, since Tony already had one. So,
Roy, Cromwell gets
now,
some information.
Cromwell, you are a clever, shining red panda.
Roy.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I,
Little
the
pandas.
panda, chose to roleplay a red panda.
Okay.
Clever, shining.
Nice, clever. That's how I would describe Cromwell as well.
Absolutely.
You monsters.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
So I am going to go with, because I want to stop looking, I'm going to go with Battle Squeak. You may use this ability at any time during this mouse's turn. Until the end of this turn, whenever the mouse makes a melee attack, add 1 to its battle during that attack.
Can I hear your battle squeak right now?
No. At any time during the mouse's turn until the end of this turn. That's odd. Okay, because I only get 1. Well, I guess if I had multiple things, then maybe I could do multiple things. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. You guys are really sharp with these cheese puns. I wish I was cheddar at them. Oh. Ba-dum-bum. And a mouse is a brawler. Alright. So, whose turn is it now, I believe? I just went.
So it's now the rat turn.
It's now the rat.
Minions.
Already. Ugh.
And Filch runs the
They don't
minions.
need to move.
Okay.
They're going to attack Filch because Filch is in the same square, not adjacent.
Let's do it.
So you are not able to roll attacks against yourself. So because you have to roll defense, they have an attack of 2. I will opt to roll them.
Do I roll 2
What
to
is
roll?
your
Yes, you have
defense?
2 defense.
My defense
Because
is
you have
2.
2 defense.
And I get to roll 2 dice because of that? Haha. Yeah. What is it?
2 swords. So you take 2 points of damage.
Oh.
That's, I actually think that we're each supposed to have a number of these equal to the
Hearts.
number of hearts that we have.
Yeah.
They're green on one side, that's for when you get poisoned.
Oh, God.
But I'm only giving you 1 because you just lost.
I just lost 2. Now I have 1 left.
Oh, Tilda, you better heal him. Unless we're supporting capital punishment in this kingdom.
Oh. Rats my blood. Person to the left of the player rolls.
So that would have
for
been,
the
that would have been
millions.
tough.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I did. It's fine. So that was the rat's turn. You were thankfully still alive. And that was the only rat that was left.
You can heal me.
I can heal you, but I've got to be close to you.
You can also heal
Tilda,
yourself.
you're actually
Is
here.
a turn.
Yeah, you can recoup
Something
or something.
Yeah.
But it's now Maginus's turn.
How dare you, you rat!
What does Surge do?
Search.
Oh, search.
I can't
Surge.
pronounce the CH sound properly.
Surge.
I should search.
See, I told you guys I couldn't pronounce the CH sound properly. You never believed me.
Yeah, I will search. Because we've got more chances to kill this rat.
And we want Filch to kill him if at all possible.
Yes.
So that I can
cheese
take the
off that.
cheese.
Yes, I do a search.
And you find nothing.
I find that. There's nothing here except this giant helmet and pile of stuff.
Yeah, recovering is stunned and webbed. So if he was dead, I think that means he gets stunned. So, but hopefully we won't get there.
Nobody dies. We get captured. This is
but
captured.
yes, and that's a fair point because this is a game for kids. Nobody dies. You get captured and then you can get uncaptured.
For cheesy.
You're a monster.
Sure.
Genova for cheesy.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
7. That
Tilda.
was the search. Tilda,
Okay.
you should move and then go and heal.
Oh, I'm supposed to roll 1. 2. This one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Take,
all right.
always take the bigger
I'll take
number.
this.
Always take the bigger number.
Wait.
You can get, either way, you can get into the same square.
2.
So.
Okay, so I'm going to use my action, and I'm going to give him 2. Wait, yes? What?
You have to spend cheese to do that.
Oh, I have to spend 2 cheese. Just kidding. Oh, so
And
it's
you only
every
want.
time I want to use that I have to spend 2 cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. All right.
What's your other ability? Does that allow you to heal at all? Or?
When another mouse on the same tile becomes poisoned, stunned, cursed, or rubbed, immediately add 1 cheese. So, alas, alack, no. Shh. And I shouldn't attack him either. But I can search. Should I search?
Well, if you can't heal Filch, I search.
Okay.
He'll be fine. It's fine.
He'll be fine. He's just a thief. Who cares? He's not even a part of us. Yes, I got a card.
Ooh, so you get a card?
I got a grape. This is a party item, so it doesn't take any of the space in my bags.
Later, we can use it to make catapults.
Really awesome.
I think so, actually.
Cool. Upon drawing this card, add the grape token to the party stash. The party stash goes right here. See page 19 for how to use the grape. Okay.
Cool.
So that'll come.
Yeah.
When we need it. Yeah.
That's great.
That's great.
All right, it's Filch's turn.
Kill it.
All right, here we go. I roll 1 dice. Yes.
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
Wait, no.
3 because I have feet.
You
you
to
add
move,
3.
but you don't need to move, so you don't.
Oh, I need to move. I just need to fight.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fight. I rolled 2 for that.
You roll, but you have the dagger.
Oh, so I rolled 3
So I
for that.
believe the dagger gives you another 1, but it doesn't say +1 on it, so that's weird.
That's what I was thinking.
You know, you would think that it would. Like, why would you have a dagger and it doesn't do anything?
Right, it's just in my hand.
What does it say on the description of your dagger?
It says, when attacking with this dagger, if the defending minion is lower on initiative track than this mouse, it rolls 1 less die to defend against the attack. Oh, that's cool.
So that's your ability. So you don't get another attack die because you have that dagger.
And
You get that ability instead.
Well, he's still ahead of me, so that's bad. All right, so here we go. We're fighting this rat. You have to roll. Well, you have to roll
Tony
for the minion. Yeah.
rolls 2 for defense. Don't roll shields or cheats.
Hey.
Excellent. So all you have to do is 1 sword. 1 sword.
Watch out for debris. Boom.
Cheese.
And I get a
Not only
cheese.
that, you also get a cheese.
Huh? I'm sorry. I'll do my Filch
And
voice.
what's your ability? Does that create you another one?
Oh, it does because it says you may use this ability before the mouse performs a search action. Oh, I'm not performing a search action. Oh, pilfer. I can take the cheese from the wheel.
From the wheel.
From the wheel.
Because it was a regular minion. You just killed him.
Sword and cheese. So
And that vanquishes the last minion.
goodbye. Woohoo! Thank you.
So we can basically now we start adding cheese as per rounds.
Yeah. If no minion cards are on the initiative track, take the initiative cards for each mouse and each minion that are going to be on the board at the start of that encounter and shuffle them together. If there are no more initiative cards, boss initiative cards, time is short. After the last mouse on the initiative track is taking a turn, place 1 and continue. This mouse, take a turn using the mouse hero. Okay, so we go back here.
So we can take time to search,
Okay.
heal,
Okay.
but we eventually want to explore before we get more than a cheese or 2 on the board.
Right.
And the enemies will be harder.
Yep. I am not sure if we maintain this. Each time a new encounter card is revealed, the initiative. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is our initiative for this entire room. So you just remove that, bump the other 2 up.
Snaps.
All right.
Unless we get a surge and then more enemies come in, that becomes a new encounter.
Gotcha.
So, now Filch was last, so it's my turn again. We can each search. I think I actually succeeded, so I can't.
Search anyone?
Yeah, I think I moved since I did that, but I'll move again because I can move at least 5. So I'm gonna go over to here, and then I'm going to search because I think that we should at least spend a little bit of time searching and try and get some options. So I now search.
Jesus.
Some of these puns are kind of stilted.
No, I never understood the American prism system.
So must announce that mouse is searching. roll an action die. Single action die.
Right.
I didn't get it. I did roll a cheese. I don't think I actually get a cheese for that, though.
Let us
I think
know,
that's
chat
only
room, if that cheese means anything on her
I
search.
believe that's only 4 attacks, and that rounds out my turn.
Alright. Imaginers.
Imaginus will search. He's not a tinker, so I'll move first.
The exit doors on the tiles need to line up to move through them.
Yes.
So we have to
And you'll notice there are none on this
got it.
one. So we have to flip the tile by going down through the grate.
All right, this is me. 1, 2. Get near the entrance, and I will search. Ah, cheese again.
So we really need to know about that cheese thing rule.
You did not get a cheese for rolling a cheese during a search. Thank you, Vorak. All right.
That's some nice R and brain.
Tilda.
It would make sense to have one for our abilities, to use our abilities, but if we were to get it.
Do we all have to get to that square to explore?
Only one of us actually has to get there to explore. But the rest have to not be in combat, if I'm not mistaken.
Alright, and then I will also search. Yay! I got one.
Yay!
Lily's bow. She's not here. Do I get to pull another one, or am I just...
I think we get it because in theory, when you switch,
It requires Lily.
eventually you could switch to her character.
But
we have to wait for her to join
not
us.
today.
Not today.
And probably not next week, because we've already gone through about an hour of play, and we only have another one left.
So pick another card.
I would say yes.
Desperate Rescue. This is a trick. So I think I can do this anytime. It doesn't include like an action or a move. The trick is play this card at any time on the mouse's turn to immediately return one captured mouse to play. So if anybody gets screwed, we've got this get out of jail card.
Snaps to that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna use my 2 cheeses for Keen Eye, which makes it so my search will be successful automatically unless I roll a cheese.
Oh, it's one. Yeah, it's only one.
Oh, it's only one? Thank you.
Save that for later, man.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we're putting this cheese
For this particular one, only one of us has to do it.
Okay.
But like when we're in this room later, to go through here is just a through room.
Okay,
So
cool.
it doesn't move.
All right. So here we go. I'm searching.
Doesn't matter because you get to do it.
And you rolled a cheese. Oh, but it said unless you roll a cheese.
Oh, it says unless you roll a cheese.
Yeah. Says considered a success on any roll that does not show a cheese symbol.
Oh,
Wah, wah,
the worst. The cheddar worst.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Oh goodness.
And so a cheese goes on the board.
I love all these cheese puns. This is fantastic. Guys.
Yeah, you guys are hilarious.
So we should probably search at least until the last person.
Yeah.
On this turn.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was really degrading.
So I will roll again, and I still didn't see anything about whether or not we get cheese if we're doing a search action. If you want to try and find it, I have failed to do so.
Chat room says no, you don't get a cheese. I
Okay.
assume they would have told us if
Yeah.
something bad happens.
That's true.
Yeah, nothing bad happens, but I get a card. Yay! Gimme. Loot. Determination. This is a trick. Play this card when the hourglass marker moves on the chapter track. Immediately add 2 cheese to each mouse's stash.
Oh.
Nice.
So when we move to the next page, we all get cheese.
Ooh, that's cool.
One thing we should probably heal our thief before
I'll use mine.
time
Oh,
runs
wait.
out. He can. How does he heal himself if he needs? Thief, heal thyself.
That
Jesus.
is a good question.
Jesus.
Said Jesus.
Heal me, Jesus. Heal me.
In the meantime, I will move to here. It doesn't automatically flip when I move to it, right?
Does it automatically?
I actually choose to explore.
Yeah, I think we have to choose.
And I search. Ah, cheese again.
Cheese and crackers.
Cheese and crackers.
Crackers. I like
The only way to
cheese
heal
with my
is
wine.
Tilda or a spell from the search deck.
Okay, thank you.
But my
Vorak.
question is how do I heal when I do not have enough cheese to heal?
Yeah, I think you have to.
There it is.
Am I able to donate cheese?
Yes, actually.
Oh.
We can trade items. We have to be on the same square. But like, if you had pulled the walnut shell breastplate, you can't use it because you're not a warrior.
Got
You
it.
could have come over and given it to me as an action. So we can give cheese. I don't have any.
All right, I'm
But
gonna.
you could go and give her cheese, and then she can cast the spell and heal you.
Perfect.
Oh, I see. Recover is only for effect.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think it's my turn though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's my turn? Okay, well, I'm not gonna move. Wait, should I? You're right here, right? That's
Yep.
you? Alright, so I actually have to.
And we don't heal up at the end of battles or anything?
No, not that I saw. I don't. It
Yeah.
doesn't address it.
Alright, 5. So
Hello, Cursed Mark 1.
Chat room, here's a question. Is the only way to heal the healer, or is there
someone
some other way to
said
heal?
that up there, that it's
Yeah.
either a spell in the deck or
you
me.
can get a healing spell
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
by like first aid.
Oh yeah, anyone can take first aid if they want.
Colin's the head cheese. He's
Yeah.
the prince. He's the main character.
Forever provolone. Alright, so I have 5, so I'll move back over to Filch, and then I have 2 cheese, which I'll give
Use to
away.
cast your spell.
Yeah, and then that
And
heals
heal.
him 2 times, so he gets to have
All my hearts.
his
hearts
heart's
back.
back.
Oh my gosh.
And then that's all I can
Did you
do.
lose a heart at some point?
I did not.
Make America great again. That's good.
All right.
Hashtag.
So Filch's turn.
Now remember, hashtag game feels with a Z we are now using to send Strix affirmations while she is out of the country. Tell her how wonderful of a hostess and how you think she is and how much you appreciate her while she cannot be here.
And do it in cheese puns.
And do it in cheese puns.
And make us dance. I want to dance.
I have it on good authority that she loves cheese puns.
Here we go. I'm going to, now that I'm healed.
You get a cheese?
You get cheese?
No,
No.
you don't get it because it's not an attack roll.
All we've done is rolled cheeses.
All right,
Yeah.
so I get to move one, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 1.
And you get to add your movement.
Yeah.
So you can actually move 4.
3.
4. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure.
I
how
would
many, but-
say, since it is the last,
Four.
what are you even doing?
Huh? Just joining everyone?
Okay, why don't we move on? Why don't we
Yeah.
move to the next room?
Yeah.
Now you're healed up.
So you can move
Because
to
we're
there
just spinning our
Okay.
tires and getting extra.
and explore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
Spinning our wheels.
The princess peasants live in a cottage cheese.
So, you go there, you use your action to explore, and what we do is we lift these all up, and we flip the tile,
Yoink, and then the
There's
arrows
an arrow pointing up.
Point the same way. Oh, point.
and lining up,
Water.
and
Water.
we enter, if I'm not mistaken, over here.
That makes sense.
And we have to get across that water. First, however, there is an encounter here, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, there's always an encounter at everything. We flip a encounter card, right?
Okay, so flip an encounter card.
Encounter.
Perhaps we can put
There's
those.
different pages. Is that based on how far we are? How many cheeses we
We're
have
on
there?
1.
I think this
Oh,
is
okay.
now.
That's just
Where are we in the story?
page 1.
Page
Which
1.
one's still?
4 roaches.
4 roaches. What does that mean?
Are we on page 2?
I don't know yet.
Let me turn the
I think
page.
this is page 2. Oh, actually, you know what? It says 6, so I'm not sure if that's actually accurate, because that would be a really tough fight for us. Storybook. Composed of several parts. That's the chapters parts.
You can
Good.
you can discard items for
Set
cheese.
Chat room. When do you move up a page? We are on page 1.
Yeah, where's the page tracking separate from...
So in the meanwhile, there are 4 roaches. I will get that. Are there roach tokens?
Roaches.
Yes,
Plus
there are.
more 420.
They probably
I'll take care of it with my blunt. It's okay.
Huh. Yeah,
right.
she has a blunt.
We've got a blunt and 4 roaches.
Hashtag Washington.
Oh, look at the game pieces. They're so
Ooh.
cute.
Oh. Oh.
Their little antennae are like right up against their head.
It's too bad Viking Lass isn't playing this because there's a centipede in this game.
I know, there is.
The pages
And
are
right now
turned.
we're all about to get wasted.
Pages are. You go up a page when a mouse gets captured or when an enemy cheese wheel fills up.
Excellent.
Okay.
So that has
Perfect.
Thank you, Maura.
I was thinking that was a way of tracking where we were in the story. but-
I need roach clips for her blunt. Yes.
Standard ambush. Okay.
Okay.
So there are 4 roaches.
And we take those, if you could pick up those cards for me, and these.
How do we do initiative?
So we find the roaches here, we put them in, we shuffle that, and then we blindly
Why
put
don't you
them down
shuffle
in
since you
order.
got stuck last?
I'm feeling shuffly. Here we go. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You're ready for
1
this.
is Filch. Oh,
Surprise.
finally.
The rogue draws his own card first.
Next is Colin. It's because I'm a thief, I knew. Out of a keen eye. Third is Tilde.
Hey, Josh Tripp, thank you for resubscribing. Or Joe Tripp, excuse me. Joe Tripp, you get an affirmation.
4 is Maganos. And that means last is our roaches.
All right. So, Joe Tripp, your affirmation is that you are a quiet, moisturizing raven. Joe Tripp, you are a quiet, moisturizing raven. That is your weekly affirmation.
Colin, you
Thank
get to add a
for
cheese.
subscribing.
Yeah. You get to add a cheese. You're not first.
I know, I was getting there,
Oh,
but
sorry.
then somebody resubscribed and you were still talking, and it's, oh my goodness.
So much oh god, and there's roaches, and there's water in the room. And I don't even know the movement rules in water.
Thank you, Joe Tripp. And all right, and that is a cheese for me. Cheese for me. Cheese for me.
Filch.
What is this cheese doing here? I feel like that's mine too, but maybe that's just because I'm the prince and I'm like, it's all mine.
Okay. So, we start this round.
So yes, you start off. We've got to kill these roaches. There are rules for getting across that water. It is rushing forward. I believe we can search for a couple of things in this room in particular.
Okay.
That would come in handy, like a thread and a fish hook, grappling hook.
I see
Just
that.
right there.
Okay. Cool.
I think we have to search at that spot for it.
And if you're in the water,
Or no, wait, sorry, we all appear there.
Oh, okay.
Because we just came down from.
and there's special
From there.
rules in the water because the water's
Yes,
moving that way.
yes, everyone. We have been adding new cheeses. We only went through one full round where there were no enemies on the board, and then at the end of the second round, before the end of it, was when we came down here, and now we're in combat.
Mm-hmm.
So we avoided the second one just barely. We did add one for the other one.
Water rules. Because there's something bad about this.
So yes, there is water. Also, my special search.
And
we have to
when
do the
we
searching
leave,
in
we
there.
all have to be on the correct side.
Okay. So,
All right, moving in water.
I'm going to roll this down.
Well, I go and grab a tissue. I'm sorry.
All right. When a mouse... oh, no, that's a mouse trap. When a mouse moves onto water, even from another water space, it must end its move. When a mouse attempts to move onto a non-water space from water space, it must use the entire move to do so. That mouse's player must roll an action die for that mouse and every mouse on the destination space. If at least one explosion is rolled, the mouse has successfully climbed out of the water. If the explosion isn't rolled, the mouse does not move. Some water also has a current, signified by directional arrows. In our case,
This is
going
one of
this
those.
way. A mouse moving in water cannot move against the direction of the current. At the end of a mouse's turn, if that mouse is in a water area and has a current, move that mouse one space in the direction of the current. If it carries them off the room tile, that mouse is captured.
Okay.
It's nice to have gotten this card. Yeah.
All right. So, I can search for that hook.
Mice cannot use free actions when on water spaces.
Yes, so we need to figure out what the searching is to find that hook. The sewer special search in water spaces, fish hook and thread. This item allows mice to get to the high places quickly. So that's actually helpful for us, but if we don't have that, we can just move across.
Okay.
But we are also going to have to kill everything. We have to kill everything on both sides before we can leave the room.
All right.
So we can get across without this. We don't have to
But
get
you do
this.
not want to get moved.
But it's helpful.
You don't want to end a turn here, or you get captured.
Exactly.
And when we all roll, we're all rolling for all 4 of the characters in the water, correct?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
The current is only on these.
Yeah, okay,
no,
when mouse is
somewhere.
moving into water, when mouse attempts to move onto a non-water space from water space, must use its entire move to do so. That mouse's player must roll on the action die for... Yeah, no, that's individual.
Okay. Here we go. I'm going to try to get out of the water. I can move out, but after I get out of the water, I can only move once.
So to actually get out of the water, you have to... oh, you did roll an explosion? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Boom.
And then, would you like to perhaps
Search.
You can't search in the water from there, though.
Huh? I can't search in the water from there?
No.
So it's just a normal search.
Because now you are adjacent to
Okay,
it. You
gotcha.
can only search the spot that you are in.
I just roll 1 die. All right, here we go. Come on, give me something.
No explosion, so no finding any.
Colin.
So then it is my turn. I am just going to search because I'm not worried about getting out of the water just yet. Really hoping for that explosion. Not getting it.
Oh, you're on my head, Colin.
Then, Colin, do you move 1 down now? Is the rushing water?
I believe at the end of my turn or at the end of the round.
Okay.
Whoever rolls to get out of the water gets an extra roll because I'm out of there. Boom.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Attempts to
Thank
move
you, Borak.
onto a non-water space from a water space must use its entire move to do so. Players must roll an action die if at least some water has current. A mouse moving cannot move against the direction of the current at the end of a mouse's turn. If that mouse is in water area that has a current, move that mouse 1 space in the direction of the current. If this carries the mouse off the room tile, that mouse is captured. So I do go 1 spot over to here.
Oh, be careful.
Okay.
Tilda.
My turn.
We gotta get out of the water. We gotta get out of the water.
And I can. All right, I'm gonna go join you.
Come on
Gonna
over.
beat up those cockroaches.
Come on over, Tilda.
I should have moved over.
And you can
1.
search if you want, I think.
Oh, I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got one. Yay!
Boom.
I got another trick. This is called the Trail Link. Play this card instead of taking a battle action. If there is at least 1 other friendly mouse in the same space as this mouse, defeat 1 minion in that space. Tail Link does not affect boss minions or large minions. So I could, like let's say if me and Filch were traveling together, we could just ixnay that cockroach, eh?
I cannot. I am unable to get out of the water because I did not roll an explosion. So instead, I move that way. I don't know if I had to declare I was trying to get out first or not.
I don't know.
Oh wait, no. I
Oh, no,
move. I roll my move and then I try to get out. Right.
But getting out takes all of your movement, so it stands to reason that you can't move.
Well, right.
And
Exactly.
then move out.
Yeah.
So-
So instead, I will search the water.
Water Tiger, yes, in fact, we are playing Mice and Mystics. This is Weekly Affirmations on Hyper RPG. Normally, Weekly Affirmations, Strix hosts and plays wonderful, freeform, emotive RPGs. She is out of town making the world a better place, literally, and I am stepping in, and we are doing Squeakly Affirmations instead of Weekly Affirmations, and we're playing one of my favorite games, though I've only played it once before. This is, oh, and you found it, excellent. This is Mice and Mystics. It's kind of a tabletop board game with strong RPG elements. It's great gateway to get people who think they're not into role-playing games to actually find out that they enjoy them. So I absolutely love it, and I seized the opportunity to play it on our channel. And you found the fishhook and thread. Excellent.
And Borak made a good point. I probably should have tried to get out because with 2 people there, I could have rolled 3 dice to get out. But
now we have a hook.
Oh, I can't think when I'm in the water.
So, that is, now it's the roach's turn. You take the roach's actions. They each move closer to us, to whoever is closest to them,
And
then try to attack.
And they get how many dice? I just roll 1 dice for movement. That's 1.
But they get that's for movement.
And
so
they're
they
not
don't get to
affected by
choose.
water. They ignore water, so they can move through it however they want.
Disgusting.
They move toward us. So probably to here. Probably to here. Probably to here, because they live here and they know the water is taking you down. And this one probably moves here. Can he attack me from there? That's what I was trying to figure out. You don't have to be in the square with the person. You just have to be adjacent. So that roach probably attacks Magnus. Which you roll, I think?
I do believe I do. What is their attack? Is 2. 2 attack. I need some dice over here.
Can Magnus defend in water?
I don't believe not. I think so, yes. But you only get 1, unfortunately.
1 shield.
You still take 1 damage.
Ow!
But do you have any cheese? Because roaches have steel, and when a roach wounds a mouse, instead of placing wound markers, remove 1 cheese from that mouse's stash.
No,
for such wound.
even worse. Not my cheese.
It goes where?
Oh,
Does it go on the roach, or does it just go into the bank?
I think it just goes into the bank.
Why, Tempest? How could you? That's my sincere face. Did I do a good job?
Yes.
All right. So that's
The end of that round.
That's the end of that round. Now it is my turn. Unfortunately, because of my walnut shell breastplate,
Oh no.
I add 1 die to my roll to get out.
Oh, because it's like
So that's actually a
it's
good
lightweight.
thing.
It's like a floating.
Because it is buoyant,
Right.
because it's a walnut shell.
Now you
so
can
that's
have
cool.
4.
Instead of the
Yeah, I'm gonna look
reverse
up
of
the
that.
thread.
Why do I get 4?
Because you have 2 mices that can help you to get out.
We have to be
No,
down
you guys
here.
are. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
And what I want to know is, can I search before I move?
No, I think you have to make the move choices first.
I think so too. So knowing that I've got, all right, no, I'm gonna jump out. So if I could have another die, if that is the case.
Boom.
And now that we have the fish hook, the fish hook and thread. The fish hook and thread, upon drawing this card, add the fish hook and thread token to the party stash. So this doesn't go there. And in fact, neither does the grape. That goes for the grape.
okay.
And then fish hook and thread. So we have that.
Yes.
See page 18 of the rule book
Yep.
on details on how
So
to
you
use
can
it.
place it. 1 end has to be where a mouse is, and 1 end has to be in a non-water space. It is clearly within another space on the same room tile. Once placed, the mouse can use their normal movements to move between the spaces on either end.
So basically, it's a grappling hook where
Yeah.
we are on one end, we throw it, and then we can use the thread to get across the water.
Beautiful.
I believe it also has a use later on in the story too, which is
You
why
can
it's really
use
good.
an action to pick it back up if you're on one of the ends. So do we have markers for it, or do we just...
I just gave it gave the actual token.
Oh.
I don't think we have any other marker, which is odd. Okay, so I am going to climb out of the water, hopefully. I need a little explodey thing, right?
Boom.
I got 3 explodey
3.
things. So I'm going to move out to here. And then I'm going to take an attack on this cockroach.
Cockroaches.
And I get 2 hits. And you roll 2 dice for the cockroach to defend.
No
Ooh,
shield.
but
None.
There's a
So
die.
I believe that roach is squashed.
Slain.
Deceased.
All right, so Magnus has 2 more chances to get out of the water. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
Or
It's Tilda's turn.
die.
Or die. All right, it's Tilda's turn. 2?
Plus whatever you've got.
Oh, plus
Ah.
2, so 4.
So what you might want to do is come down here and throw the rope across, and that way we can use it to get across, and I think Maginos would be able to use it to...
So you actually use this token, so wherever you're placed,
Nice. Okay.
you just have to make sure that it
gets
reaches.
I think it's supposed to reach across this, though. Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I think basically this means, okay, now you can move within that space normally.
Yeah.
But it has to start on her space.
Yes.
So it could be like that.
Yeah, and it goes all the way across.
Oh, I see.
So,
Gotcha.
so in theory, I don't know. Does
One
it
end
mean-
of the token must be in a non-water space. So I think it's a way to get out of the water.
Oh, as opposed to running across it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that stinks. But still,
But you can do this,
if she does that,
and then it can be used from there to there. It's just
yeah.
you can't use
So
it
then
to get
you
out.
can move when it moves you here. You can you can move there, and then use your movement to get
Yes.
out of there. So, so that's still good. Quick guide to the rules. If anyone, Frithio, can you send that to me? That would be wonderful, please.
Thank you.
Because next week we will continue this. Because there is no way we're finishing this today. We still have 3 rooms to go, not counting the one that we're in. But we are still learning the rules.
Yeah.
So, Tilda, you are done?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, can I use an item and search at the same time? Bang for my buck, or?
I think that uses your action. So
Okay, then no.
You
All
can do
right.
a free action, but not a...
This one's fine. All right. So yeah, I'm done. It's your turn.
While in water, I cannot attack.
You cannot attack.
So I think I should just get the heck out of here.
You throw.
You can scurry and move twice as fast away.
Boom!
Fortunately, I can move 4, so I will swim with the current. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So I get out, and that roach who attacked me, I take my staff and I summon a manta ray, and I say, "Have a manta ray, Jack."
Thank you for that.
Oh, these puns are so cheesy.
I get 2 to attack. It hits for 1. It gets to defend. I think you defend on behalf of it.
Yes. I need one more die, please. Did you attack? Did you roll the attack?
Yes, I got 1 ranged attack.
And I got no defense, so you squashed that roach.
Slain.
Yes, excellent. Okay, so to recap, this is Weekly Affirmations on Hyper RPG. Hyper RPG is a positive feel-good channel. No, that's the show. Hyper RPG is a variety channel and a full studio, as you can see, where we do a variety of shows every Monday through Friday with wondrous content, and including a Saturday show as well. That's Star Mazer. But we start every day off with Rabbit Stew, which recaps the news, and then we have a variety of programming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then one show on Saturday. Check all of those shows out. Tonight, after this show, is Death from Above, where we take giant robots, 3D printings of giant robots that are at 1/100th scale, incidentally, roughly. 3D printed models of giant battle mech robots. Robots isn't really the right word. They're battle mechs, for those of you in the know, which is most of you. And then Viking Lass comes in, and at this table that's behind us, we set up power tools, and she actually damages the mechs as they take damage. It's really cool. We've taken the BattleTech strategy gaming thing and wrapped it up with an RPG, and so it is very BattleTech. It is the spirit of BattleTech is the phrase I'm looking for.
I
The
think
spirit
they
of
should
BattleTech.
combine them. It should be mice and toy mechs fighting like animals. That would be an amazing.
Like actual mice fighting.
Like
That would be
super
cool,
genius
but how do you
mice who
train
have
the mice?
electrodes in their brains.
Yes. Okay. Brilliant.
And are controlled by people.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So we do survive off of your subscriptions and your wonderful gratuities today during Weekly Affirmations. If you subscribe, resubscribe, or tip more than $5 or more, really, you get an affirmation from the Affirmation Matrix. Unfortunately, Strix is not here to be able to do that for you, but I will happily fill in in between rolls on Squeakly Affirmations. So, there you have it. There's also a wonderful ways you can interact with the shows, including pre-purchasables for the battle for tonight, then purchasing during the battle tonight. If you're a subscriber, you can get involved in our corporate wars. That's the game we've built around the game of Shadowrun Corporate Sins, which Tony here is on, and I run the metagame that's around that, so it's super cool. Let's continue to play Mice and Mystics. Whose turn is it?
It is the Roach's turn.
Again.
Ugh.
All right. So, Imaginos takes the Roach's turn. I believe this one would just go there or there, and then that one moves into the water.
Okay.
And then at the end of its turn, it moves down one.
Oh, Imaginos.
Or is it totally unaffected by the water?
It's totally just ignores the water.
Okay, so it's there.
So it moves where it wants. I don't know if it can follow the water if it wants.
We're only moving at one. Did we roll?
Oh, did that one already?
We forgot to roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
To see what their movement is.
One.
All right.
So this one moves here, and who is this?
That looks like it's you, Filch.
That is Filch. I can smell a roach.
I get
Filch, kill that
2
roach. Get that
attacks.
cheese.
Oh, I'm gonna get that cheese.
Oh wait, does it have to be a rat? Hang on.
What's that?
No, carry on. Just ignore me.
It hit twice.
Hit me?
Yes,
Roll a
so you get to
defense?
roll your defense.
Roll my defense.
Is there anything special about it?
He has 2 defense.
It just steals cheese,
I
yeah.
have 2 defense. Let's see how much more I have.
But so
another
does
die.
Filch.
Oh, another die. Oh,
Yeah, he takes
yes.
another die, right? Yeah. Oh,
One
You got a defense.
I got a
and
defense.
And he got 1 attack.
Mm-hmm.
So it balances out. No damage.
Beautiful. No damage.
That's 2 attacks actually.
Oh, all right.
So you
Then
take,
you take
1
one
damage.
That
Which is
was a
cheese,
cheese.
normally.
But you don't
no, I don't have cheese.
And then does
so-
it do actual wounds?
Yes.
You don't have cheese?
I believe so. Yes.
He's a dirty cockroach. Dirty cockroach.
Otherwise, we could probably just ignore it.
No cheese?
Yes.
Yeah!
That's okay.
I'm deciding I can talk even though I'm just a normal roach.
I only get feta with time.
you go again though. So
When roach wounds a mouse instead, place will remove 1 cheese. If that mouse has no cheese, place wound markers instead. Yeah, if you could
Yeah.
put that
Filch's turn.
attack that.
start card.
Okay. Oh, it's Filch's turn. All right, here we go.
Like that.
All right. Okay. We're going into battle now. I get to move 2 plus my 2, but I'm just gonna go right over here with this roach. We're gonna have a nice little conversation. So now I roll to hit him.
He rolls 1 to defend.
1 defense.
1
And gets it. So you need to hit twice.
twice.
2 attacks.
I roll 2.
He's wearing
Yep.
tiny
Here we
Wonder
go.
Woman.
2
Here we
swords.
go.
Come on.
Wrist
2
guards.
swords.
Yeah.
Boom!
So now you kill it, which means you get a cheese.
I get the cheese.
It's not a rat, so you don't get that one. You do still get a cheese.
Boom. Filch is a ninja.
Oh wait, you get another cheese.
I get another
Colin.
cheese?
No, Colin.
Oh.
It's your turn again, and you're not first.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That only happens,
Oh, I thought it happened every round. Whoops.
No.
Sorry.
No. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Then?
That would be great.
Yeah, no. Checking, and no.
Okay.
So, but now it is my turn. And
Eventually we'll need to pick that up.
yeah, I would say what I'm going to do is pick that up.
Okay.
And then move. I'm assuming I can do that. And because I want to move down here and throw it, and then we can get across where it's safer to get across.
Yeah.
Actually, we probably want to move up there, get in, then throw it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Dagger, dagger, cheese.
All right. Dagger, cheese. Critical Role watchers. Silly people. I actually didn't get to watch last night. Anyway, right. We don't talk about that show here. What am I doing? I'm trying to move.
You were
That's
moving.
what
Yes.
I'm trying to do. So I roll. No. I roll 1, and then I add my paws. So I get to move 4. This is me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So That's actually, I'm gonna move to here.
Can you attack from water?
Yeah. Now, I'm thinking if I move here, that's 1, 2, right? 3, throw it.
And pull yourself out.
But it's not enough to, like, I would have to throw it from here to be able to get all the way out to the other side. And then I could gather
The
it.
problem is you can jump in and throw it, but then you're going to move down, so some people have to help you out.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Yeah. So, so this plan is faulty.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't know if I can. I don't think that's actually a spot.
Or there's the whole thing is spot.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is a spot.
Okay.
So whatever, and I'm gonna hit it. I will stick it with the pokey end. Oh, see, I should have been the little petulant little prince boy.
And their defense is 1, right? All right, so I'll roll for you.
You cannot succeed. I have crushed you.
Oh, yes, you have, definitely.
You are vanquished.
My 3 to 1.
Vanquished.
I actually probably should have left that alive for a little while so we had more time to like explore and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well. Now we all just need to get across. That is the end of my move, so I move to there. Now if somebody comes over and hops in and throws the thing and then move, that's really not gonna work. All right, so now
One person should jump in and throw it. The other 2 should help pull them out the next turn.
Yeah.
Because they're going to move down.
Because then we
Okay.
can roll 3.
So it's Tilda's turn.
Well, hang on. I actually, because I have an advantage to climbing out, what I could do is cross. When I get across, I throw it.
Okay.
Oh, that's
and
right.
then
Yes.
somebody can get in and then immediately get back out, and all it's taking is
That's right. I
move,
forgot you
not-
can throw it from outside. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Teamwork makes the
So you
dream
just
work.
need to
So
get
you
it
guys should just search and get into good positions,
Okay.
because I should be able to.
Yes.
But it's going to take me a couple turns because it takes a full movement to get out. I can get over to there and then move down because I can't use my full movement while I'm in there.
All right.
If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Okay, so I'm gonna search before I move.
Okay.
And I didn't get anything. Yikes. All right, so now I'm gonna move. And I move 4. 1, 2, and then should I move?
And a distraction success.
Should I move in the same spot as you think? Yeah.
So it's moving deck plates looking for stowaways. Hello, lurkers, are
I
you
would
in
stay
there?
out of the water
stay out of water?
until the rope is thrown.
All right, I'm there.
Okay. Perfect.
Did you search?
Yes.
Okay.
Got nothing.
Next is Maganos.
All right, I move. I move whopping wherever I want to. I move to right here and I do a search. Yes, I finally found something. A spell called Slow. Choose a minion. That minion cannot move or attack until the next time this scroll's user takes a turn.
Ooh. Pretty cool.
Yes.
Right.
Here we go.
So now we add a wheel of cheese to the wheel.
Okay.
If you would. Thank you.
Time is passing.
And then it is Filch's turn.
Filch's turn. All right. So I'm gonna search first too, but I'm gonna use my cheese and use my keen eye. That way, as long as I don't roll on cheese, I get a thing. Whew. Here we go. Give me some not cheese.
Yes.
We're in.
So now you get a thing.
Ooh, I get the Sparrow's Blade, +2 on attack. After attacking with this blade, if one or more explosions or
Yeah.
sword and shields were rolled in that attack, 1 wound marker on this mouse.
And that is
But it's
no
nice.
requirement.
But
So that's
plus
really
2
good
to
for
attack.
Okay.
you. That's a really good
A
one.
little bit dangerous and +1 to controlling King Tommen.
All right.
But if you equip that, your other dagger no longer you no longer get the ability from that other deck. Actually, no, you do.
With my tail.
Because you got your tail.
Because I got 3 hands.
That's so freaking handy.
Mm-hmm.
But
handy. Okay, so now.
Oh, did you think you were the only one that could do cheesy puns?
They get better with time. Okay, so now I roll the move. Yes, okay, here we go.
Well,
it was 1.
I feel like we have to move. And
We
then
invented a
action,
rule that we can move, or
I'm
that we can do
fine
move
with this.
after. It's probably not correct.
Oh, I want a prehensile tail too.
As long as you're moving to land, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. 1. Wait, does cheese mean something? 1 plus I have 3, so I can go 4. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just running around in circles.
I got so much energy.
You know.
All right. So now it's my turn again.
Yes.
You can move after or before an action. Oh, good to know. We weren't cheating.
I move 1.
You can move more than that, though, right? You can. Oh, that's right. You have to
I
use your whole
can,
move.
but I have to use my whole move. And then
Oh, wait, you
I'll
can
search while I'm in there.
Or you could use the rope from here, right?
I could, but
Then
it
you
takes
can't
full
use
action
it
to
to
get
get
out,
Yeah.
not a full action to get in. So it I need to get to the other side and then throw the rope back, and then it's helpful.
Got it.
Yeah. So I did succeed in my search.
Go.
And I get Mystic Blade. When attacking with the sword, any things with things rolled count as 2 successes instead of 1. So if I get the little explosion on the die, it counts as a second attack if it's a sword.
I want that one.
Yeah. So the sword, or it's not the sword with the shield, but the sword with the just that.
This
So that's
sword.
if I get this one.
People
that's
throw
pretty
nice
good.
things down the privy.
If I equip that, which there's little reason not to.
Right.
So that's in my bag.
You move
Go.
down.
Can
Yeah,
I?
and I move down.
All right. All right. So 4. I'm gonna move 2. And then can I throw it? Should I get in? Should I throw it to you?
Um,
That's it?
I think you should.
just
We
search.
should wait for Colin
Yeah.
to get out.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll search
Unfortunate.
again. I'll search again. No.
But I have a pretty good shot at
Okay.
And
Rats.
cannot search the
Rats.
same, so he moves to here with you and searches right here. Find something. The Mystic Tomb. Look through the search deck. Take any one scroll card from the search deck. Place this card back in the search deck, then shuffle the search deck.
Ooh.
That's a search deck an awful lot. Okay, I will be doing that. That's the end of my turn.
So we put another wedge on, and then filch it as your turn.
We're getting a wedgie.
Few too many of them.
Yeah. Okay, so now it is Fletch's turn again. Okay, so should I search again as well then? But I don't have any keys.
Well, you can't in the same square. You're in a different one. As long as but you succeeded in that one, so you have to move to a different one.
Got you.
And then you can search.
So I'm gonna move. Here we go. 2. I'm gonna move right here.
You might actually want to move in the other direction
Okay.
because I am going to end up getting out and then throwing it across.
Got you. Okay.
So right about here is actually a good spot to be. So where you are is a good spot to be.
Perfect. And now I'm gonna try to search for something. Well, I can't even look through it yet because he has to find his.
Well, did you roll a
Oh.
successful search yet?
No. Here we go.
Roll it. See if you're successful and then worry about it. Nope.
Cheese.
Rats.
Rats.
Do scrolls get used? Do I keep the scrolls?
I think they get used up because they have no cost.
Right.
And you have to have at least that much knowledge to use the scroll.
Yeah. So.
All right, so now I am climbing out, and normally I get how many dice do you get to
I think you get
out of water?
because you have the.
2 because you have that. Yeah, the breastplate.
Invoke Cheddar Golem. The mouse uses this scroll. Its battle becomes 4, and its defense becomes 3. And he turns into a giant cheese mech.
Amazing.
That's
I know. I
awesome.
wish you guys could see
Can they
this.
see if
All
I
right.
put it here?
I succeed in getting out. That was my movement. Now I can throw this across.
Yes. We're on our way out, y'all.
We'll do it. We'll do it to this one.
Because it takes your whole movement to get out.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it doesn't.
So since I was unsuccessful searching here, I can search here again before I move? Or
He was successful searching.
oh, okay, so it doesn't matter.
just-
All right.
Yeah.
I'll just move. Let me-
Plus, we're running out of time, so if nothing else, you might want to. You can do a scurry action and move twice your movement. If a mouse has already moved, it can use a scurry action to move again. To scurry, simply roll the action die and move again using the new roll result. All normal movement rules apply when using the scurry action.
Okay, I have 5, so I don't know if I need it. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful.
I chose Summon Cat, which lets me immediately encounter Brody. I don't know what that even means, but maybe we'll find out next week.
No. Why would you choose that? Why would you choose immediately summon the end boss? That's what you pick. That's what you picked. Immediately summon the end boss. Okay, great.
Is that like,
That's
like
fantastic.
chapter 10?
Let's go with it.
Is that like chapter 10 or is that?
So,
Okay, maybe it isn't that yet.
Oh my gosh.
Ready.
But no, we're not ready.
all right.
All right.
So that was Tilda. Now it's your turn again, Imaginos.
Okay, I know which one I'm taking. Levitate. No, I'm taking teleport, but I'll get that out in a minute. I just need to get the heck out of dodge. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boom.
And I can search while I'm here. Why not? I failed to find anything.
Good. Sad, but now we add another cheese to the wheel because that's the end of the round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting too many wedgies.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to roll so that I can try to blow this popsicle stand. 3 plus my 3. So I get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, we need to go through that.
Yeah.
5, 6.
Yeah. Just
5, 6. So I can search because you just searched there, right? Didn't you? Okay.
Yes.
Now I can search here, and
Nothing.
no dice, no mice.
So now it is my turn. I will take my action to gather that up so that we can keep it for later. And then I will move, and we will all go on to the next thing with 3 movements. So 1 and 2. Well, it's 1, 2, 3.
I've
Whatever.
been forbidden to summon cats.
So-
I turned it back in.
We are now on the.
Kitchen
We're out of the
tunnels.
sewer tile. Story moment. When mice explore the kitchen tunnels, choose a player to read the following aloud.
Guess who hasn't read yet?
It's a short one.
Nez held his chin and observed the gloomy tunnels the mice had entered. I would guess these tunnels are mouse-made, he mused, dug out who knows how many centuries ago. Suddenly, a familiar cry echoed down the tunnels from far away. That's Ms. Maggie's voice, cried Colin. We must be near the kitchens, observed Tilda. The dear woman sounds distressed. Let us all find her with haste.
So, now we can choose when we're in this room. Now that I think there's also an encounter that happens in here, but we'll get to that in a second. We can choose to go up here and flip this tile and go aid the woman in the kitchen,
Nice.
or we can ignore it and continue on our way, since we are mice.
Well, she is a chef, and she might have cheese.
True.
Not to be totally mercenary
but-
about it.
We may run out of time, too. We only have X amount of time.
I am not sure. I don't think there's. Is there an encounter here?
Audiobook.
I think
with
there's
the
always
screw.
an encounter in a new
I think
area,
so
right?
too, yeah.
Thank you.
But how do we determine does it say
We
what
always
the-
pull a card.
Oh.
Special search. I feel like it is supposed to say, but I guess not. I guess you're right that it's the card.
It's based on where we go, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
This time just moves. Oh, okay. If we run out of time, the hourglass
Applies to the
just
flip
moves.
Yeah.
space. Oh, that's the flip space, do you think?
This is the flip space.
Oh, right.
The X is a special, different thing.
Got it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, pull a card from the encounter deck is what a Frithiel says.
we're on page 1. 6 roaches.
6 roaches?
More
6 of
roaches.
them.
6?
Not 4, but 6.
They never die.
And we all appear in the new space, or are we? No, I guess we're just standing where we were.
Yeah.
Right.
Also,
Oh, there's a mousetrap now.
Oh no.
So the roaches probably just go in the.
for rules on how mousetraps work.
They just group up in the squares, I assume.
Underneath.
Yeah.
Oh god.
The rat track. Rat track.
So they're already with us.
We start on the rat track tiles. Yep.
Moving across traps. When a mouse moves on a mousetrap, it must pause its movement to find out if it has sprung the trap. Roll a number of action dice. So don't go over that, guys. Don't go there. Let's just not go there.
Okay.
It's a silly place.
And we re-roll initiative with the roaches again.
Yep.
I went last, so I will shuffle.
So I actually remember this all being a lot more difficult because we were accidentally including these cards, or not these cards, cards that I put in here, which are the difficult encounters. So we were fighting things that were way more difficult than they should have been, and it was making everything more difficult.
Somehow the rogue put himself first, even when I shuffled.
Filch is number 1. I mean,
And
Filch is
I
number 1.
get more cheese because
you
I am
do.
not. How dare you, I tax you. All of you are taxed.
Yes, the Lord. All right, so I roll first then. Yes, here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. 2 plus my 3, but I'm just gonna go straight into battle. So here we go. I'm gonna move 1. Do I fight both cockroaches if I'm in one?
No, you still just pick one. And
Okay.
fight it.
I'm gonna fight one of the cockroaches, guys. Here we go. Wish me luck.
Hey, quick
Yeah.
alpha strike. Difficult can be fun. Difficult was really fun.
1.
We actually succeeded in making it across.
So that's no defense.
No defense.
You have 2 long range, and that's not your thing.
Well, no, it's not my thing at all.
No.
So I can't even use
So
these-
nothing.
So nothing happens.
You just stare
Well,
at each
actually,
other.
no,
Oh, my
but
sorrow blade.
you're using the sorrow blade,
Okay.
so you get 2 more dice that you can roll.
Oh.
That's +2.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
Here we go again. All right, come on.
You gain a cheese.
I gain a
and you
cheese.
succeed in killing one of the cockroaches.
Yes, I
So
do. Thank you.
Thankfully, you got that sword.
Cheese and quackers. All right.
So
Roach turn.
The roaches.
You run the
for reading
roaches.
the rules this we play might not be the best.
Dagger cheese.
So that time that I played it was still quite fun. It was just a lot more difficult too, and we barely made it to the end. So yeah.
Here's something we should know. Grapes can be used as roach bait.
True.
Anytime a mouse's turn, you can put the grape down, and while the grape's on the board, roaches always full move to the grape.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can roaches be killed by mousetraps?
No. That's what I was looking up before.
Darn it.
No, it's only when a mouse.
If you have the
moves.
dinner fork out, you can catapult the grape.
Yeah, I told you it was
Yeah.
a catapult. I told you all. But yeah, we could use the grapes, the grape that we have if somebody wants to use that after the roaches go, because we didn't do it last turn.
Yeah.
After the roaches go, we can use the grape to lure them to a single spot and kill them off while they're not paying attention.
Perfect.
But it's the roaches' turn. I actually roll for the roaches because I'm last. They attack. This one, of course, is attacking
Me?
Filch because it's in the same spot as Filch.
Here we go.
And actually, first I need to roll movement on the others. They each only move 1.
Yay.
So, and then that one attacks to attack. 1 success, so roll your defense dice.
Here we go. Defend me.
No defense, so you take a cheese.
A cheese. Oh, that's good. Whew. Save me there.
Alright, there we are.
All right.
Come on, Tilda.
Tilda moves 5 spaces. All right. Uno,
You can be in the same squares as Filch and the Roach.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
It looks a bit squished, but I believe you're supposed to both be able to fit.
Okay.
Or you could be in the same spot as me, next to the Roach and Filch.
Okay. I'm gonna chill with you, Colin. I'm gonna chill with you, and I'll search. All right. Didn't get anything. All right. Let's see what
Magnus.
Thought I saw Heavy Rain get purchased. Part of it got purchased. I can't remember if it was $30 worth or I can't remember the exact amount, but a portion of the Heavy Rain DFA pre-purchasable did get purchased. That's probably why there's an asterisk. I just don't know how much.
I fire a bolt
And of course, Parvis has got
magic
that in the
at
chat already. With the delay, they heard it from Parvis first. Go ahead.
I think Filch has a good chance to take that one, so I shoot a bolt of magic straight across the hallway at one of the far roaches. That would be great if I were melee attacking. It does nothing.
All right.
So
Next up is Colin.
now it's me.
Yeah.
And I will squish this roach, or I can drop a grate. I'm not sure if that qualifies as a
I
space.
think it set it as a space.
Not sure. Whatever.
It is
I
today.
think it's one space.
Great. All right, so I'm gonna roll movement. Not enough to get where I wanted to go. So, but I'm tough, so I'm gonna move over to this spot so that if they get around, I can be the one fighting them. And then I'm going to attack this one.
Fight. Go stab it with your wand.
It's all
Why didn't I get that?
All
range.
range.
All
range.
range.
All right. So that's the end of that round. Do we have another cheese?
No, because there's enemies.
Okay, cool. We can move. We can work with that.
Yeah.
We're clicking with gas. Okay.
So, we do have to wrap up in a couple of minutes. So let's try.
Okay.
If not, we might have to start this room over.
Speed round.
I'm gonna.
If we're still allowed to play this next week.
I'm gonna kill this cockroach. You ready? 4 dice. 2.
You get a cheese as well.
Oh, yes I do.
And then, Tony, you roll a defense die or 2 defense dice? A defense die.
A defense.
Just the one. So it
No
dies
defense.
either way.
And I get another cheese because of that, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So much
Boom.
cheese.
Cheesy. Feta with cheese.
Got the feta.
You got the feta.
You can get lots of red yarn and ribbon and stuff that you can just throw during Shadowrun. Like, oh, I've been hit!
I saw the most amazing improvised Tarantino show, and they use red confetti when they get shot, and the end of the show, the stage is just covered in it.
Oh,
Amazing.
All right.
Whose turn?
It's the roaches.
It's the roaches.
Roaches.
I'll
Okay.
roll again.
So let me. So they each move
Una más.
one more, and that's all they can do. So now it is Tilda's turn.
My turn. All right. 2. So 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I put the grape down? Distract them?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna put the grape down.
All right. So now they're distracted.
And they will still attack if they walk into a square with a mouse. They'll attack the mouse rather than walking
Oh,
toward the
can I
grate.
do 1, 2, 3, drop it, and then move back 4? Is that too much?
I don't think so.
That's too cheesy.
Yeah.
I get it. That makes sense.
That's
All right.
too cheesy.
It's too cheesy.
No cheesing the rules.
I'll fight it if I must.
Right. Maginos. My turn. I move when I don't need to. I shoot into the darkness at the roaches past the grape.
Casting a magic missile at the
I
darkness.
cast a magic missile at the darkness.
Excellent.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Oh, well. Doesn't worry. I need another dice. I just want a cheese more than I want to hit it. Yes.
Yes.
I get 2 cheeses because
So-
of my special ability.
Cheesy.
And you don't get a hit though.
I don't get a hit.
All right, so that makes it my turn. I think we're gonna have to wrap it up after this turn, unfortunately. But what I'll do is I'll take a picture of that, and then we'll all write down the different items that we have, and how many health and how many cheese, and we will hopefully be able to pick up where we left off.
Good idea.
Yeah. So let me take my action though. Did you get that in?
No, I will get it.
Okay, thank you. All right. So to move, I get 5. I can move 5. I'm gonna do it. We should just pick the group back. And then I'm gonna try and hit each or one of them. Kill one. I get a cheese. I kill one because they can't defend enough to not die.
Beautiful.
All right, that is my turn. That is where we should wrap it up. So now is when we should take a picture of all of each individuals and stuff like that.
I
can
will
do
do
it.
that while you in the show.
So thank you all very, very much for tuning in for this special edition of Squeakly Affirmations, where we have played Mice and Mystics. Strix will not be back again next week. I will be guesting again. We will likely be continuing this adventure then, subject to Zach's disapproval, which I think he might be coming to give me now.
Hey guys! Thank you so much for watching today. Stick around. We have all sorts of exciting programs coming up next, which is Death from Above, the big, giant, massive game where we blow shit up and we take this top of the half of the table and we flip it over, and underneath it is a full 4x8 foot map with all these hexes and squares and shit on it, and giant 8-inch custom 3D printed mechs that we are going to blow up, drill into, burn, smash with a hammer, and all that fun stuff. So stick around for that. That's coming up next. There will be a first section that is the role-playing session that will go on for about an hour, and then we've got Calling the News in between, which features Nate and our mechanic Viking last tonight, and then after that we've got the battle session where we blow shit up, and we have DJ Blue PDX coming in as our guest tonight. He is coming up from Portland on a train right now. He is a shoutcaster, and he is an awesome dude, and we're really excited to have him tonight, and I'm going to get back to work. I got to get out of here.
Okay,
You're the squeakiest, Zach.
I am Anna. I do stuff here. I'm a cat herder. It's great. This is Tony.
I'm on Shadowrun on Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
I'm Saxton J. Hopefully I'll be back next week.
And I'm Kyleigh, and hopefully the same.
Thank you both for coming on. Thank you, Tony, of course, for helping me run the show. Really appreciate it. That's all we've got. Don't forget, next week, Weekly Affirmations, but also, while Strix is gone, keep tweeting those game feels with the Z at her. Hashtag game feels, and at the Strix, the _Strix, I believe is her Twitter name, and tell her how much you miss her, how horrible of a job I'm doing, and how wonderful she is to have around, so that she definitely comes back. Thank you all. That's all I've got. Enjoy Death from Above.
Yes.
Super exciting. Bye, guys.
Space Dragon forever.
Shut down, Joe.